There's a sixth sense beyond that which is known to man. The sense is sought after as the Holy Grail, and as precious as immortality. It's the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and entertainment, and it lies at the pit of a man's fears and the summit of his genius. This sense, of course, is a sense of humor, and this is Sense of Humor TV.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sense of Humor TV. Got another fucking great episode for you guys today. I'm really excited about this one because this is one of my dudes that we just bullshit constantly at the bar anyways. Now you guys get to see that in camera. Everybody, friend, comedian, Cid Williams.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, man. And then, of course, we always have Noah hosting as well. And then Alec directing, shooting, doing all the stuff on the ones and twos. Fucking excited to have you guys back. Really excited for this episode. This is one that's going to be just fucking the boys hanging out and talking some shit. But also getting to know a lot more about Cid, because as much as we bullshit at the bar, sometimes that's not the best place to really get to know somebody at a deeper level. So we're going to go through that today.
Oh, we're getting deep today?
We're getting deep, dude. I'm going to have you.
We're going to cry.
I'm going to have you skin and bones by the time you leave here.
Let's get deep.
Yeah. On a real quick note, personal note, our boy, fellow comedian in the community, Alex Young, is going through some health issues right now, and we just want to show our support to him, and we're going to put his GoFundMe in the description of this video on Instagram, and we'll have it as well in our YouTube and Spotify descriptions. But I just want to send love to Alex, and we're here for you, buddy, thinking about you. And if you have $5, anything, please go donate, because it's really helpful. All right, episode. Cid, one of my boys. We have known each other now for probably almost 2.5 years. I feel like it's been a minute. But it's always been fun to know you, and I feel like I was gonna say, like, usually I try to start the episode of like how I met somebody, but I feel like we just met at the Improv, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just somewhere doing something in that place.
Yeah, somewhere doing something in that place is probably, because I can't remember the exact moment that we met. Yeah.
It all blends and flows together.
Yeah, it all swam together. But again, I've always been like a fucking super cool dude. Every time we like talked and stuff like that, and. How did you even start working at the Improv? Like, I never even knew that story.
Oh, during the pandemic, my buddy Rocky was hosting.
Shout Rocky.
They started doing open mics on the patio coming out of the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
And my buddy Rocky was hosting those open mics. And it was like a bucket mic with like drop-ins allowed, because it was like stand-up was like slowly coming back, and we were all doing stand-up in parking lots and parks and all that shit, backyards. So the Improv started having those mics on the patio, and Rocky was hosting, and I never really went to the Improv before that.
You knew Rocky before that?
I knew Rocky for a few years before that. We used to produce a bar show together. That's a whole other fucking
can
story.
Of worms.
Yeah. It's a can of worms, dude. It's a bucket of fucking snakes. It's a bucket of evil, nasty, sloppy snakes. But so I never really went to the Improv before that, like pre-pandemic, even though I was doing stand-up, because I felt like it was the Improv, and I was like, I'm not ready yet, and also I don't really care.
Yeah.
And anyway, so he was hosting those mics, and we were good buddies, and he's always believed in me and been nice to me and stuff like that. And he just told me, he was like, hey dude, I'm hosting these mics on the patio of the Improv. And he was like, come by. He was like, this is so nice, because he was like, it was a 3-minute bucket mic, but he was like, dude, if you come by, you can do 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't care. Just come by. And so I was like, well, I can't really turn that down. So I started going to the patio mics. It was fucking freezing cold, or it was burning hot. It was either burning hot or freezing cold.
Yeah, I feel like right there the sun crushes that spot.
Yeah, it gets so hot, dude. It's like, so sometimes it'd be like, because it was like over a period of time. Anyways, so I started going to the mics. And then, sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, because it was a mic and I didn't really care. But I guess like the booker started watching the mics, and then they moved the mic indoors. And then after they moved it indoors, every once in a while he would ask me to co-host the mic with him. And then so I did that probably 3 times. And I had never performed at the Improv ever. Like I was just like, I don't know, like whatever. Like, and then
foot in the door.
And then we were just sitting there hosting the mic one day. I was like, hey, are you guys hiring? because I actually tried to work there a bunch before that, and it just never worked out. Anyways,
But now they knew who you were, so
yeah, and I mean, I was hosting the mic,
Yeah.
so I was like, you guys hiring? He was like, I think so. We might be hiring like a food runner or whatever. I was like, I mean, whatever, I'll do whatever. And so I applied, I interviewed, and I got hired as a door guy, and that was 3 years ago. Last month in January like 22nd, I think was 3 years.
Fuck yeah.
And then a month after being a door guy, Rocky was on sound, and he had to go to the hospital because he was being a wiener boy. and the manager was like, "Hey, dude," and it was in the main room, in the middle of the show, he was a wiener boy and had to go to the hospital. So the manager was like, "Yo, dude, Rocky left. I have no guy on sound." And I looked around, and I don't want, like, you're the guy, like, you need to take over sound tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So I literally learned sound in the dark in the middle of, like, a AAA main room show.
Jesus Christ.
With the manager just whispering in my ear, this does this, and this is that. Here's a timer, here's a
No one
light.
knows the sound.
Yeah.
duties.
Yeah,
I have no
yeah.
idea.
So I literally learned, like, in the middle of, like, somebody, like, Dane Cook was on stage,
Christ.
and I was learning sound, like, right there. And so I did sound for probably a year, and then they needed a bartender, and I didn't ever want to bartend again because I had, like, moved on from that, but they needed a bartender, and it's the Hollywood Improv, and I was like, well,
You got the schmooze with some beef.
I have 10 years experience, like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm good if you guys need somebody, so they made me a bartender. So anyways, yeah.
Yeah,
And then, so I started I've been bartending there for 2 years, and then about a year and a half ago, maybe almost 2 years ago, I got passed as a comic there. So now I just do everything there. I do literally everything. I live there. I sleep there.
That's what I'm saying. I think that makes total sense because that's like, again, right around when I met you. I think it was like right when you were like moving to the bar.
Right when I started bartending. Yeah.
But no, that's fucking cool, dude. I love hearing like just someone, you know, getting their foot in the door and like you know, no job is like below you. You know what I mean? It's like some people are like, I don't want to fucking do this, and it's like, dude, I'll do whatever. Like, just
no, I mean, I just got this like high paying like corporate job that I never thought I would ever do, but it was like I was like, I'll take it. And then I got hired at the Improv as a door guy, and they don't pay a lot. And I literally like I quit that high paying job like 3 weeks later.
Really?
And I just like I went into full struggle mode, like door guy, low pay, like all my credit cards went up, all my savings went down.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is the one time that I'm gonna work at the Hollywood Improv, so I need to go full blast.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So yeah, dude, it's been fun. It's been quite the journey. My whole life changed. My whole life changed.
It is crazy to think about that because it was the same thing when like obviously I was working in professional sports and people were like, why can't you do both? I'm like, you don't get it. You gotta like when you go in, you gotta go in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, especially with like something that's like, dude, I would have to work the games. Like I'm out of it. You know what I mean? It's like I can't just whatever. And also I knew I was like I can't do this in Pittsburgh or like wherever. It's like you gotta move to LA or New York and whatever. But no, that I didn't know that whole thing. So how long had you lived in LA before all this? Like how long have you been out here?
I've been out here for 11 years.
Okay, so you were pre-pandemic. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what was like the first like did you move out here to do stand up or like how
Yeah, I moved out here in 2013. Okay. Whoa, yeah, 2013. So I moved out here to do stand up, but when I moved out here, I wasn't ready to do stand up.
Gotcha.
So I was like kind of doing like film stuff with some friends. I had some like filmmaking friends, and we would make like sketches and shorts, and we actually made like 2 feature length movies. One of them got released on Amazon, the other one didn't. But I was doing that kind of stuff because I've always liked like making movies and stuff. Like as a kid, I was always making movies, and so I wanted to kind of like do that, and I felt like I wasn't like ready to do stand up.
That's so.
But I knew I wanted to be a stand up when I was like age 3. But I didn't start till I was 26.
Well, I see. Okay, this is why I love having people on the podcast because I didn't know anything about like the whole like acting and moving movies and stuff like that. Because that's the same thing that brought me here. Was I did a movie up in the Bay, feature film, and then someone was like, "You want to help me on my film down in LA?" And I moved down here and then started doing stand up. And it's just like the way, you know what I mean? I still act and stuff. Like I said, I just acted the other day, but it's just like there's something about like. Dude, when I was in the fucking green room with these actors, bro, I call it a green room. The fucking holding or whatever the fuck, dude, just listening to these dickheads talk it was infuriating. Yeah. It was insane. I was like, I was like, dude, if Because like they were all the whole conversation they were having, they're like, "Oh man, you really gotta worry about what you say online now." And blah blah. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm literally talking crazy shit on stage.
You are wiener boys. You're all wiener boys.
Yeah, dude, that's what I wish someone was there. And I'm just sitting there. I literally had to put both my AirPods in and put them on noise cancellation because I was like, I'm gonna flip out. Like, I have to listen to another second of this. But it also made me appreciate hanging out with comics because it's like my favorite thing is that we don't take our jobs too seriously and we have fun and it's supposed to be a fun job.
I've been in some bad comedy green rooms though.
Oh, true that.
Like there's some comedy green rooms and you're like, who the fuck are these people? Like you guys are.
Well, dude, I always talk about like me and Sean always talk about this too, like the difference is like sometimes with like white green rooms and black rooms and like how like the nerd like you go to like Flapper's Yoo-Hoo room green room and it's like guys are staring at their notes and like fucking sweating before they go up and like losing their shit and it's like dude, you're doing 3 minutes in the Yoo-Hoo room. I think you're all right, buddy.
Yeah, and that's what the audience really wants and that's what the show really needs. It's a shaky, sweaty, anxious comedian. Go get him, Tiger.
Dude, someone asked me their my like advice on their stand up recent that's like brand new. You know what I mean? And I was like, you just gotta like be less nervous because that's the number one thing. It's like if you're nervous, you're done immediately. If you don't have confidence in what you're saying, then it goes from laughing to like feeling bad for you or like who the fuck is it? It's the complete not.
They can read it.
They can smell fear for sure.
Yes, it's like
they can smell wiener boy.
They can they can sniff that wiener boy.
That might be my new favorite term. I like that is
wiener boy.
Yeah,
that fucking kills me.
I've said it a few times over the years, not too much, but
when you said Rocky was being a wiener boy, I was like,
well, he was.
It's the definition of it's the definition of less is more.
Yeah.
Wiener boy, it's perfect.
Boy. Thanks. I'm glad you guys like it.
It's like something you have to talk. On Xbox, I always get chat banned because I'll like say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I just call people bozos, and they're like,
bozos is hilarious.
Yeah. See, okay, I'm glad you like that one because they get so angry. They're like, bozo.
Yeah, you call me a clown. Bozos, so funny. Dude.
Yeah,
it's like how you insult somebody like in the 40s or something.
Yeah,
it's like you bozo.
Yeah,
like, why I
bozo.
Yeah, I love it.
But no, that's dope. So you said you wanted to be like you knew you wanted to be a comedian since you were real young.
Yeah, since I was like that was like one of my first memories, dude. And not to be cheesy, but like I've always known.
That's cool, dude. I love this is like another thing I love because some people, not everyone, it feels that way too.
No, some people are like, I could do that.
Yeah, I tripped and fell on stage.
yeah.
But no, that's cool. So did you watch like a special when you were younger, or like how that happened?
No, I was eating with my family at my dad's restaurant, and I was like 3, like in the high chair, and I was like playing with my food. And I have like memories from when I was like 1. I'm like one of those people that I was like, but I was like just playing with my food, and my mom was like, haha, you should be a comedian. Like everybody was like laughing at me. I was just being goofy.
Yeah.
She was like, you should be a comedian. And I was like, what's that? And then she said, oh, they make people laugh for a living. They make people laugh and they make money. And I said, okay, cool. That's it. That sounds good.
Do you remember like the first special you watched then or anything? Or like who was your or were you like more like a comedic actor kind of guy? Like
I mean, I obviously love Jim Carrey and stuff.
Yeah, our whole generation, I feel like that's
First special, man, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I would go like in middle school and high school. I would go home on Friday nights, like run home to watch Friday night stand up on Comedy Central. Mm-hmm. And I just loved everybody, dude. I mean, I feel like, not to be cheesy, but I feel like comedians kind of like raised me like through the TV because like like I don't know, I'd just be like home and like just doing my own thing in my room, and like I would just like watch these comics and how they thought and how they thought about things and how they attacked things that were stupid and how they just told the truth. And I was like, oh, like there was just like always like a light, I guess. Not to be cheesy. It sounds cheesy.
No. I'm just.
I sound like a wiener boy. I sound like a little wiener boy. Dude.
No, I'm always curious. Like, so would you have like a Mount Rushmore? Do like you have like a top like guys that you like like watching or?
Man, my number one. It's probably Cat Williams.
Okay, I love Cat.
I think so. And then, I mean, I don't know, dude, I love all those guys. Like,
yeah.
Like, I love all those guys. Like, I love, like, I don't know. I tell people, like obviously, like Jim Carrey and, like, I love, like, Seinfeld and Larry David, like, just their whole sense of humor. I love, like, Conan. He's not, like, a traditional stand-up, but, I mean, that guy's one of the funniest.
One of my
ever.
idols.
Yeah, great host, goofy, changed the game.
One of the coolest things I got to do when I worked for the Raiders, it was the Super Bowl, so the NFL Honor Show, and Conan hosted it.
Yeah.
And I got to go.
That's awesome.
And dude, it was the most out of place I've ever been in my life. I'm literally at an open bar with like Adrian Peterson and like Antonio Brown and like blah blah blah, and I'm wearing a suit that doesn't even fucking fit me. And like I walk up to the bar and I'm like literally shoulder to shoulder with all these guys, and I'm like, how much for a beer? Like my wild out, and he's like, open bar dude. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, just like put my wallet back.
Yeah.
Like, but Conan crushed it. Like that's a hard gig, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
fucking hilarious. Like, and it was cool to see him like in person or whatever.
I mean, obviously, everybody loves Chappelle.
You Louis
Patrice
guy?
O'Neal,
Yeah, I love Patrice.
Louis C.K., Chris Rock. I love Tony Rock.
Yep.
Right now, Donnell Rawlings is probably my favorite to watch.
Yeah, I love Donnell.
He really lights the room on fucking fire. Man, I like so many of them.
I just
Obviously,
met. I was just telling Noah right before you came over. I just met like the dude who's been like shooting Donnell's like stuff lately at
cool.
at this like industry party I went to last weekend, and he was the fucking man. And I got his information. It was like the best part about me going. But it's, as soon as he said Donnell, and then he used to work for the Raiders too, so he knew I was like talk about small world. But yeah, Donnell was fucking.
Patton Oswalt,
kills me.
I love.
Patton Oswalt's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a Mount Rushmore, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
I
you're just a fan
fucking
of the
like-
whole genre.
Yeah, just like everybody's,
Gotcha.
everybody's
There's
got
just
their
too many.
thing,
There's
yeah.
just too many.
Yeah, but like the special that like fucked me up the most, like where I was like, was Cat Williams Pimp Chronicles Part 1.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that special is like
Just make
it's
you gasp. It's
Crazy.
making you laugh so hard.
It's so energetic. It's electrifying. The audience was like a who's who of like, it was just such a good special. It like felt like a American event, you know. And I think
Yeah.
it was in Atlanta. It was just crazy. His green suit. He's like so sweaty. I mean, he like the whole time he's like just like so sweaty because he's just out there like laying it all on the field. Like Cat's fucking, he's the man.
Yeah, it's been cool seeing him like on the podcast circuit now because like he's so fucking awesome to listen and talk to.
He's like a wise old sage now. You know?
Yeah, it's so awesome. Like he's so like even just his he was on Theo's podcast and he's like about to light a joint and you can tell he's looking around for his lighter.
Yeah.
And Theo goes, "Do you need a lighter?" He goes, "I don't need anything." Just like it's so I'm like, how did you just like the quickness of it? I don't need anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like he's so like I don't know, at peace too. And it's crazy he like adopted 6 kids and shit. Like the guy's like
Did he?
And they're
I
like,
didn't know that.
They're all like special needs kids too, I think.
yeah, dude, like this guy is
Wow.
like a genuine god. Like that guy is such a
Wow.
good person.
He's a saint.
Yeah, he's like the Kurt Warner of fucking comics. Like, Kurt Warner's like, same thing. He adopted like a, the handicapped person. And just
Wow.
like, yeah, it's crazy how good of a person.
Cat's
that guy
putting
is.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie to shame, dude.
Yeah, right?
Oh
And
my
he's single
God.
too. He's a single guy adopting 6 kids. Like,
Really?
what a fucking legend. That guy
Single
is.
father, just doing it.
And
in
he's
the
that
world.
funny. Like, he's that natural. Like, that guy's, he's awesome. I love that you said that. That's why I love asking that because everyone always has a different like person that's kind of like their guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just, I always love hearing that, especially for someone because again, we had a lot of people on here that don't like they didn't grow up with it as much. You know what I mean? They're like I kind of just started doing it, and like they're like more new to it, which is like most of the people you mentioned, I feel like are like same thing, like Jim Carrey, Cat, Patrice, love fucking Patrice, like Red Fox, all those fucking guys. But no, that's cool. So do you remember like the first time you got up out in LA?
Yep.
Please tell me the story. I always love these ones.
It was at the Ha Ha.
Okay, sorry. Was that the first time? And you know how many people have said that it's always flappers and ah. But was the first time you ever got up in LA, or did you ever do stand up before you got here?
I never did stand up before I got
Okay.
to LA. I always wanted to do it, and I was in Texas. I went to one open mic in Dallas, and everyone was so bad. Everyone was so bad, and I was like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to hang out with these people. I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to be a part of this community. And then I
How many times did you do? 5?
what?
Was it 5-minute mic?
Yeah, I did 5. So I moved out here.
I love hearing that shit.
I did 5 at the Ha Ha, and it was good. It was actually good. It was like I didn't know what I was doing. I just had like a list of bullet points, and I just kind of like talked about each one, which is like I guess kind of what you should do.
Yeah.
And it went pretty good. And after that, I don't think I did it for like another few months. I probably started like 8.5 years ago, but I really started dabbling like probably 11, like when I moved out here.
Gotcha.
But I didn't.
But there's a
I
difference
would-
between you're like taking it serious, like super seriously,
Not
and then
8.5, 9 years ago is when I was like I'm fully in. I'm doing this now.
Gotcha.
But before I was kind of like I would go here. I'd like 3 months would go by. I'd go do another one. Then maybe 4 months would go by. So I was kind of just like playing around. And it was always like fine. I was always kind of like trying to figure out like I don't know. It was fine. And then I was at the Ha Ha.
Okay.
It was fine.
yeah. I mean,
And I feel like I feel like I got worse after that for a little bit because I started to like overthink it and stuff. And
Yep.
then I was like trying to figure out like what to do. And also you're meeting so many people and you're learning the scene, you're learning the ropes, you're learning the rules, you're learning the whatever, like all the stuff you have to know like to be a comic, like just like how to talk to people, how do you get booked, how do you how do you, do I want to take the mic out of the stand? Do I want to talk? It's all these all these things when you develop your style or whatever. Like just so.
It is. Yeah, there's so many intricacies. I remember when I started, I fucking would make the mistake of moving my head and not the mic with it.
That's funny.
And just cutting out, and then I'd be like. And then, so I literally to this day, if you see me do stand up, I rest it on my chin, so I don't fucking move it anymore. Yeah. Which is just like, but there's little ass shit like that.
I start winding up the cable. Like I'm an AV guy too, and I just like catch myself just fucking full roll. Oh my god,
that's courteous. That's courteous.
I don't like the wireless mics as much as the.
No.
No.
The wire's like part of the. It's like part of the. It's like if the microphone is like your sword, the cable is like, I don't know, another part of
like your shield.
It's like it's like I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to like whip it around or like fucking step over it or whatever. Like it's part of the. It's 100%. Part of the.
Because we don't get many props, and that's like one. I guess
it's part of the instrument. So when it's a wireless mic, it's like playing like a trumpet without like a fucking spout or whatever. You know?
Yeah, I don't like it as much, dude.
It's sometimes it's fine, but also like a lot of wireless mics are weird. Like sometimes they're like oddly like too light. Yeah, like it's like, does this thing weigh like an ounce? What is this? And you're like, and it's
100%.
And also, if you're gonna have any problem with any mic, it's going to be a wireless mic.
Starts cutting out and shit all the time.
They're so unreliable.
I tell comics all the time, I'm like, if they want to use wireless, I'm like, don't hold the bottom. Just don't hold the bottom. Yeah. And like, it will cut out. And they're like, got it. And they go on stage and they hold the fucking bottom and starts cutting out. And they're just like, the fucking mic doesn't even work. I'm like, dude, I told you so many times. It wouldn't happen if we had a wired mic. Like,
and it's also like,
because there's that receiver at the end, right? Is that
yeah.
Who are these mic engineers that engineer wireless mics that you can't hold the bottom?
Dude,
like, I have to hold it, right?
like
just figure it out. Like
the wireless technology has been around for years.
Yeah,
we should be able to hold the bottom of a mic now.
Yeah, we're on Bluetooth like 5.7.
You know what? I think I'm mad at the wrong people. You make a good point.
It's unacceptable.
100%.
Hey, with this podcast about anything today, it's about do better wireless mic.
Step it up.
Please.
Yeah, step it up,
please.
I remember I did fucking a mic. I guess it was a show actually. Bartnick asked me to do with him, and it was above fucking Pins Bowling in NoHo.
Oh.
And dude, the mic didn't work like at all. And you're at a bowling alley, and the guy was like trying to like fix it while Suba was on stage, and Joe just goes. He's like yelling, like, Howie, stop fucking with the mic while you're doing. Like, starts yelling in the middle. I was dying. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, he goes. Joe last time was like, yeah, I'll talk to him.
Like, do you remember that like warehouse like stoner thing that I ran into you at? And I did a roast battle there. Like they were doing comedy for hours. As soon as my roast battle comes up, my round comes out, all the mics just stop working, and we're just like, I just have to try and scream my roasts at these people
in front of a bunch of people with smoking weed for 7 hours. Dude, it was a hot box in a warehouse. I think I ran into you there. I fucking forgot about that.
Screaming roast jokes is hilarious too.
Yeah, I'm like, give it up for this bitch.
Yeah, now you're just yelling at people.
Yeah,
just like, this is not fun.
Oh, you're gonna get like a domestic violence like fucking charge.
This feels like hate speech.
This bitch is so fucking ugly. It just feels weird in the room.
No, that's cool though. So you did. So you did it at the Haha. Are you like? I haven't been up there in a minute, but I used to always do like Franklin Yee's like show up there, if you know Franklin. But no, that's funny because I feel like most people was either there or Flappers, and it's like 90% of the comics I've run into. Did you start doing like the Haha mics after that for a while, or was it?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I would go like a couple days a week, and dude, I was just such a different comic. I mean, I wasn't even really a comic back then, but like, it just was like, I just was like so different. But the thing that got me like really ramped up was the show that Rocky and I was telling you that we co-produced together. My buddy signed me up for this mic at Hooters in Hollywood.
Hell yeah.
And
R.I.P.
The Hooters of Hollywood had a second floor, and a few people know the story that know me, but they had a second floor and they just didn't use it. So this guy, Steven, used to run a mic / show there. It was just a mic at first, but it was like a mic with like real audience members at. Like it was like there's a lot of people there. Yeah. And my buddy signed me up for that, and I'd only done mics for like other comics. I'd never done a mic in front of like people. Yeah. And so he signed me up. He made me do it, and I did it, and it was okay. And then we hung out afterwards. We went to Dave and Buster's. And my friend
Shout out.
Jenny, now you know Jenny.
Yeah.
She was there because there was a whole bunch of Comedy Store people hanging out that came to whatever, and she was like, I was my hi, I'm Cid. Hi, I'm Jenny. She was like, was that your first time doing stand up? And I was like, yeah, in front of like an audience. And she was like, yeah, I could tell. And I was like, cool, nice to meet you, bitch.
Yeah.
But after that, I started going to that mic because it was really good and there was like a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I started helping co-produce that mic, and then I started hosting that mic, and it was every week. And then I ended up hosting that mic most weeks for like 3 years.
Oh wow.
And it was like popping. Like we had like 100 people upstairs at a Hooters.
Damn.
Because we were on Hollywood Boulevard, and there was like 12 co-producers.
Yeah.
And like half of them would be barking outside. I would be hosting and doing social media. Like 2 guys would be seating, and like half of the guys worked at the Improv back then. This was like 8 years ago. So they kind of knew how to like operate like a good show.
Yeah.
And then I started hosting that, and from hosting that, that led me to get a lot of other shows, like because everyone in the community was seeing me, and I was doing a good job, and so I started getting booked like crazy off that, and I built up like some notoriety from that.
That's dope.
And that's kind of what got the snowball rolling for me.
And I'm sure it was really good for you to like actually be able to like do a mic that you can actually work on jokes. You know what I mean? Because like that's the biggest problem. We were talking about right before you came over. Is like I went to a new mic last week, and it's just like, dude, it's not like everyone's leaving right after their set.
Yeah.
They're fucking, it's loud as shit with music playing. It's this, it's that. It's like you can't actually work on material there. And it's like having a spot like, shout out Sean, like having his old mic was like great because you actually got to work out. Like you actually got to figure out, like, does that stuff work? But that's crazy, dude. Almost 100 people and stuff. Like,
yeah, it was nuts.
And you're getting real audience members from Hollywood, you said?
And it was like tourists from all over. So it was like there'd be like a pack of Australians over here, and then like some like Vietnamese people there, and like these people didn't know what we're talking about, but like it was like the ultimate learning experience. And I got like really good really fast.
Yeah.
And I also got booked.
Was it every week?
Yeah, it was every
See,
Wednesday.
that's another part.
And I got booked like crazy. Because I was new in the community, but like, and we would do like half mic, half show.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would host the mic most of the time, and then I started hosting the show. Mm-hmm. But like I was such a good mic host, and I was like new to the scene, and I'd be bringing up all these comics for the mic that like had been in the scene for years, you know, they're just like doing their thing, grinding. And I was new, but I'm hosting the mic, and they might have like a weak set, or they might make a joke that like didn't land, or they might have like a distinct character, trait. And I didn't know anybody. I was new, but I would just roast the fuck out of them after they got off stage. And like everybody would laugh. So like I was just like the new guy talking shit to all the old dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like I got some respect from that too. But I got booked like crazy from that show.
That's cool.
Which is cool because it's just like all you have to do is really just kind of shit, like just do your thing and get in front of people. But there's so many people that went to that. I mean, it was definitely the, like, not kidding, it was the like hottest mic in LA.
Have you been flirting with the idea of like doing your own show at the Improv or anything like that?
I've done I produced 4 shows in the lab there.
Gotcha.
And I stopped producing because I'd been producing from like the whole time I was doing stand up.
Yeah, which as I know is it's a yeah.
I fucking hate it. I hate everything about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fun. Like doing the show is fun, but everything leading up is
yep, perfect.
It's like, and I didn't get into stand up to like book and like and like make a flyer and like make an Eventbrite and like that's not any reason why I got into stand up.
Exactly.
But I'm good at it. But anyways, I produced like 4 shows in the lab at the Improv, and they were all awesome. And then I was also like showcasing every few months to try to get past there. Mm-hmm. And after my 3rd showcase, I didn't get past. I was like, okay, fuck producing, fuck giving everybody else stage time. I'm just gonna work on my own shit. And then I got passed on my next showcase, and I produced 1 fundraiser show since then, but I haven't produced since those 4 shows.
No,
I'm thinking about getting back into it, but I also want to rip my face off every time I think about it. Dude, so I don't know.
I you did my show. Mm-hmm. It's like to put on a good show is fucking tough.
Yeah.
And it's like you both have done my shows. So like it's hard to do, but it's like that's why it's nice to have the relationship I do with like Josh and I's house now, because now it's like they can just let me do whenever. And after the last one, they were like, just give us like 3 dates. Yeah. So I'm booked with them.
When you're putting on a show, you get a bunch of fucking wiener boys in your DMs trying to be like, can I please do your show?
The wiener boys are unrelentless. I still get wiener boys. I got a wiener boy literally when I came in here. I had a wiener boy DM me. Hey, he might even see this. Fuck you. I get here, he DMs me, hey, I'm back in LA. Like, if you have any shows I can get on. It's like, A, I don't even know who you are. B, what have you ever done for me? Yeah. Everybody just wants to take, and they provide no value whatsoever.
100%.
And it's like when you have a show, it's kind of like you have like some leverage, And it's like, and a lot of people will like trade spots. You guys know that.
Yeah.
You book me, I book you, whatever. Like, and that's, that's called business.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's done. And when people, wiener boys, when they're just like these guys that are just around and they don't do anything for you, and they don't like, not that you have to do anything for me to be on my show.
Yeah.
You could just be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
right.
like, also it's like the guy that provides.
When you're not funny, not a good hang, and not like, why am I gonna? Yeah.
And the only time you ever talk to me is when you're asking me for stuff. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
100%.
Thank you.
100%.
Dude, look at this. I mean, I get this every day. This is literally no hello. No, I've never met this person in my life.
Yeah.
I'd like to do your show when you have a slot coming up. Thanks.
Thanks.
Oh, cool, man.
Thanks.
Like, what
Whoa.
Thanks. Like, you already gave it to me.
What do you mean? And he said, again, someone who I've never spoke to, I don't know at all. And the worst part is when I'll get those messages from someone I do see around, and I'm like, you've never said hello to me.
Yep.
You've never like been cool, and now you're just like, oh, this is I want to be on your show, and it's like, dude, you can't come up to me in person, like, and ever say hello to me, like.
Yep. And also
weird.
like I never reach out to people to do their shows, but like, and I probably should, because I should probably get some more dates on my calendar. But I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, what you're saying is like I agree with you, because I feel like that sometimes too. But I also like
I know
one time Bartnick said this, and this is so true. It's just like, it's like, dude, if you're a working comic, of course I want to do, and of course, you know what I mean. It's like one of those like, and that's how I feel about my show. It's like, you never asked me to do my show. I'm just like, dude, this guy's funny, he's cool, and like. Pretty much that's all. And I'm like, but I was like, I know if you're a working comic, why wouldn't you want to do a show at a club where you get paid and you get taped? Like, if you're a working comic, you know what I mean? You don't need
Everybody-
you don't need, like, no offense, but it's like when Pillman's like, I want to do your show, it's like, I know.
I know you do. It's a show and you're a comic.
Yeah, like, why
It's
would
so
you?
Dude,
dumb.
I think we
Yeah.
should take these comics. We should message them back and be like, yeah, dude, like this address, Saturday
fake
night, and
show?
it's like a Goodwill. Yeah, it's like a Goodwill. And then they show up, like, you just got fucking Wiener Boy.
Dude,
Fuck
nice.
you, dude.
That's funny.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, you can make a whole show out of it.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like people people just like people just like, dude. These fucking comics, dude. And sometimes it's like old dogs, and you're like, and they're just like, hey, I'd love to do your show sometime. You're like, I don't even have a show.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, I really like, if I can get, can you give me the booker of the improv's email address? I'm
my
like, no,
God.
I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna do that.
I've seen people try to corner you at the bar multiple times.
Dude.
And you're so fucking awesome, because you don't like, you're just like, I can tell like immediately. I don't know if they can, but you're just like, what do you want, dude? Like, all right, cool. And then they'll try to be like, what are you? And you're like, I don't know, man. And then just like go to someone else.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude.
I have to escape, bro.
Oh,
It's awful.
Yeah.
That bar is crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's like a Star Wars cantina of freaks.
Wretched hive of
Freaks.
scum
It's
and
a
open micers.
Wretched
Yeah.
hive of scum and open micers. And some of them, dude, I mean, like, dude, there's so many, like, not all comics are narcissists, but like a high percentage of them are.
I think everyone is, but it's just what level of narcissism you have. 'Cause you
There-
have to be what we're doing.
Like a lot of comics are like, they lean, because it's like, you kind of have to be, obviously, because it's like you're gonna go on stage and you're gonna grab the mic and you're gonna talk to people and they're not allowed to talk back. Like it's
With
a
no
little
music or anything. You're just.
It's a
fucking
little touch
talking.
of the narcissism, which is like fine or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's like, dude, some of these people, it's just like, you think like, dude, some people, they come up to the bar and they get a drink and they think that I want to hear them talk for the next 30 minutes. And I'm like, why would I want to hear you talk for the next 30 minutes?
Bro.
Like, and maybe I can get a word
There's
in.
a
I
show
can't-
going on.
I can't get a word in. You're just going to keep talking? Cool. And then they're like asking you like, hey, like, how do you think you guys hiring? Like, could I get a show here? How do you get a show here? Hey, can I have the booker's email? And you're like, I will fucking kill you. I will kill you.
I love it.
Leechy,
Again,
needy,
I've seen this happen so many times.
selfish, narcissistic.
I'm working on a joke.
Wiener
Like, please
boys.
don't say it. And they're like, it goes like this. And
No!
they start going into like, a one-man audience right here.
Dude,
It's
when
not.
I literally, like, when people say, hey, can I run this joke by you? I say, no, you cannot. You cannot. That's what the audience is for.
Run it by them.
Yep.
I'm not your audience. And also, like, if you want me to consult you, pay me. Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
And then, sorry.
No,
and
keep
then,
going.
dude, sometimes they'll just do it anyways. Like, they'll just be like, oh, hey, I've been working on this new joke. And they'll just, like, go into it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I don't give anybody any courtesy laughs ever. You will get no courtesy laughs from me whatsoever. This guy said this joke last night, dude. It was this guy and two girls. And he was like, hey, I got a joke for you. And I was like, fuck. And then I was like, fuck. And then he, like, said it. And it was, like, so bad and so It was so not funny.
What do you do? How do you react?
I just stared
at he does.
I just looked at him and I was just like, eh. And then the girls were like, yeah, and he was like, man, you didn't even chuckle, you didn't even crack a smile. I'm like, he was like, it really wasn't that funny. And I'm like, you shouldn't have ran it by me.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have ran it by me. Run it by an audience. Also, if you're a good enough comic, if you're a funny enough person, you should know what's funny.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me what's funny?
Yeah.
I've never done that to any of my friends.
I've never done it one time to anybody.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
But you're like me, where people tell me this, and I feel like you're the same way. We're like, we have like resting like dick face. Yep. So when you're like, when you're just like staring at somebody and they're talking, it's like I can just imagine that guy being like that, and you're just like, all right.
And he might think I'm a dick, but he's the dick.
Yeah.
Because he's the one running jokes by me, and also he's the one wasting my time with not funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the worst. We've talked about this. Like, those are the worst people in a green room that think they have to be a comedian in. It's like, dude, don't do bits in the green room. Like,
don't do bits.
Yeah, in the green room. Like we don't need. You're good, man. We like you. You don't have to fucking make us laugh back here. Like,
I fucking hate stand-up comedy, dude. I fucking hate it. It sucks.
We're doing this to be the last comic we're gonna have on. But,
I'm quitting after this.
Yeah. No, but even what you were just saying earlier, like I can't conversation period, and that's like one of the reasons I wanted to start this podcast, and I think it's fun for me at least, is like I can't stand when I have a conversation with somebody and they're not listening to what you're saying and they're just waiting for you to stop talking so they can start talking. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Like every time I've talked to you, it's always been like we're like, you know, it's like, what's going on with you, dude? What's up with you? Like, it's not just like these fucking, again, people are just and you're like, dude, you're not even listening to what I'm saying, or like not even reacting to what I'm saying. Like,
they're just waiting to get their joke in.
Yeah, they're
waiting.
waiting.
It's not funny, and you're like,
or to tell you when their next gig is, or to tell you like how cool they are, and it's like,
yeah.
Like half the time we're talking about like Halo and shit.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I'd much rather talk about Zelda than talk about at the gig.
But no, it's just so funny because like it's one of those things where it's like for us it seems easy, you know what I mean? Because we're just like good conversationalists, and I think being a good conversationalist is like a real big part of comedy, especially like the style, you know, like kind of us we do, you know what I mean? But like I don't know, I've always thought that's transferred. If I can have a good conversation with you and you're a comedian, I guarantee like you can have a good conversation with the crowd. It definitely translates for I don't know, my experience.
It's also just like a basic human skill. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't even be that hard. It's like, but these people are psychopaths, so they can't do basic shit like listen and conversate actually.
Right.
They're just in their own head trying to be like a funny guy. It's like, God damn.
The worst is when they don't think you can pick up on it. Like, you think I'm stupid? You don't think, like you were saying earlier, it's like the only time you talk to me is when you want to do my show or want something from me. It's
when
like,
you want something.
Like, who's that person? Or who's the booker here? Or like, can I get the email? You know, happened to me literally last night before I came over and saw you. I was like, someone said that to me, and it starts being like, who's booking the Ice House? Blah, 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 blah. And I just go, they switch off. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not giving you.
They take turns.
Dude, every time they come up to me, I
think Noah Bergman.
if he was wearing like a blue jacket and they'd come up to me and be like, where's the booker? Like, I'm trying to find him. Like, he's wearing a red jacket. He's running around here somewhere. And I'm just like, fuck, I'm never diverting him to him.
The best is Noah used to like host the Ice House mic, right? And like the few times he couldn't do it, I would like step in. And there was like, you know, this isn't a secret, but there was like a specific person. They're like, they don't put this guy up, you know. And I go, what's his name? Because it's a bucket. So I'm like, I don't know the guy's name. And they go ask Noah. I go, all right. I ask Noah. He's like, it's Kurt.
I say another name that isn't
like immediately, like he wasn't like, oh, that I don't know his name. Or he's like, oh, that guy, yeah, it's Kurt. I'm like, all right. Literally start the mic. This is the first time I was filling in for him. First name I pull out. I was like, all right, Max, blah blah blah, and this guy just goes, that's me, and I was just like,
oh fuck, that was the guy.
And it was so funny because like they're in the back, like, yeah, the management, like, what the fuck? And then I woke up, I was like, no one told me his name was Kurt. Like, and then he was so confident the way he said it to us. It's like, there's no way I didn't think.
I remember one of the first mics. There was someone called the Devil. They signed up as the Devil on the mic, and she had horns and like a pitchfork. And then she comes up like halfway through, and she's like, "What's up with this fucking mic?" And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, so racist ass Mike. And I was
That's
like,
right, bitch.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
She's
no,
like,
you're racist. Get out of here. Go on and get.
And then she was like, there only been one black comic that went up tonight. I was like, lady, I'm drawing out of a bucket. She goes, a racist bucket, and then hits it with her pitchfork and like dong in the back of the head. I'm just like, I'm like, this is my week 2 of hosting, and I'm like, I don't know what I should do here. Like, this is fucking. Someone ban the devil. This is a nice house of God. Fuck you.
Dude, people, they get pissed.
I mean, yeah, you've hosted mics. It's like it's crazy. Like some of the people, the one time I hosted your mic again, this guy went up and started talking about how his dad was retarded the whole time. That's what he kept saying. and like, dude, and like literally, this guy's dad had like a aneurysm, and he's like, he just kept being like, my dad's retarded, and everyone was just like, but he wasn't good at making it funny, but it was like funny because he was going to retarded. Like I was laughing, and so obviously I went up after and I was like, oh, like that was like retarded, whatever. It wasn't even that like funny of a bit. But then the next guy who went up after him, dude, he literally went up with a ski mask on, and the whole time and he was like a fat, like, I don't even know because he had a ski mask, but like kind of Mexican dude. And he was like, but the whole time he was talking like a surfer bro. He's like, yeah, bro, like this, bro, like that, bro. And it was like everyone in there was like so confused.
Oh.
And I went up right after that. I go, actually, check that. That was fucking retarded. And, like it killed so hard. But I was just like, that was the only 2 times I ever hosted you were those two times. But I never really hosted mics that much.
Hosting mics is like one of my favorite things to do. Like
So much fun.
I could be like a superstar like selling out arenas, and I'd still be down to host an open mic because it's just like it's so much fun, dude. It's so many
I
characters.
can see you being good at it. Yeah.
And
I mean, you did. I mean, one of them probably were funny at, but you can't have as much as like if you're just. I could see you in the Hollywood one, like you said, ripping on these older comics, just letting it loose.
Dude, I wish I could have seen you at the Hooters mic back in
It
the
was
day. Fuck.
legendary times, dude. I mean, and open mics are just like a gathering of like mentally ill people. So it's just like you have to like manage that, and they all want to like after like oh how do you get like they just have like the worst questions, and it's just like
Dude.
it's crazy. You have to like it's like navigating through that scene is like I can't even.
That's what people don't understand.
I can't even believe we've done that. Like and we like made it through. Like dude, god damn,
dude. It's crazy. I wouldn't even probably. I've told this story before, but like the first time I did mic was Flappers, and I thought it was like just a mic, but it was the audition mic or whatever.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm gonna give you feedback after, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But then after they were like, oh, there's another mic going on, and it was at the bar, and it was Sean's old mic, and dude, it was the biggest freak shows in town. Dude,
Yeah.
pulled up to this thing, and this one homeless lady went up, and the only laugh,
Only one.
yeah, right, and the only laugh she got, she was like, yeah, you know, I just wanted to come up here tonight and let you all know that I'm bringing comedy back. And everyone,
Oh, good.
That's what everyone laughed at. The only thing she said, which obviously wasn't a joke, but I remember being like, dude, I'm never going to that mic again. And then I ran into Ray Lau at a show. We did a show together like a week or so later, and he was like, hey, dude, you were at that mic, right, the other week? And I was like, yeah. He's like, that was fucking weird. I was like, yeah. And he's like, it's not usually like that. You should come back. And then I went back, and I was telling him that Noah's doing a show with Paul Rodriguez tomorrow, and Paul Rodriguez dropped in on the fucking mic. And then I was like, it just got me. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is not anything like.
He saw me hosting that mic at Hooters one time, and he was laughing in the back.
Really?
My friends
Nice.
were like, Paul Rodriguez is laughing.
That's
like,
dope.
nice.
It's crazy
That's
how
awesome.
he went and did the mic. I was like, whoa, like this is crazy.
Dude, one time at that Hooters mic, this guy came in, and he seemed like he was like a.
You need
he was
a drink,
wearing,
by the way?
Yeah, I'll take one. He was wearing just khaki pants and like a shirt and like a sports coat, normal looking dude. And his turn came, and he went on stage, and he pulled out shampoo, and then he started shampooing his hair, and making a huge mess all over our stage. The rug on the stage just totally just ruined. And he wasn't talking. He was just going, and then he pulls out like a little mini baseball bat, and then he's doing the shampoo, and then he pulls out his pants, like his boxers are still on, but he pulls his pants down, and then he's like patting his head and like rubbing it. He's doing that thing, and he's like singing something at this point, and then he pulls out a mini baseball bat, and then he's like waving it around, and we're like, what's happening? And then he pulls out a condom, and then he puts it on the baseball bat, and then he pulls out like a kazoo, and he starts playing the kazoo like, and he sticks the baseball bat up his ass.
No.
I swear. And he's like,
I was hoping that wasn't where I was going.
He's like, and he's got a baseball bat up his ass. He's got shampoo in his hair, and then we banned him.
I'm
was he ever there before that, or is it just a one time?
He went twice, and the first time he did something weird, but like that, like he didn't fuck himself with a baseball bat the first time. He just he did some weird shit.
You think he was trying to just impress like a Hooters waitress there?
Yeah.
He was madly in love with.
Yeah, some Hooters waitress with like a pegging fetish, I guess.
Dude, what?
Yeah, it's just like that's the kind of It's just crazy.
No, I
It's
mean,
like this is not even illegal. Like, this is a restaurant, dude.
That's the
be
thing that
arrested
people don't
for
understand
this.
though, like, that aren't in the business is like you're like actually insane people like go to these things.
Actually mentally ill people that need help go to open mics every day all around the world.
Yeah, dude. It's
And some of them make it as comics. And it needs to stop.
No, it is crazy though how like fucking again we made it through that shit, and then like it's a good reminder to like keep working, because it's like I we could always use more shows, but like I don't have any shows till I leave for Pittsburgh, and I'm like fuck, dude. I'm like did a couple of mics. I'm like this.
Maybe you'd have more shows if you were shoving some kazoos up your ass.
Yeah, fuck, I always love the idea of like the next comic going up and it's all fucking soapy and
That's what it's,
dude. And shit.
It was a nightmare.
Mike's all fucked up,
It was a nightmare.
slimy.
Who wants to grab the mic after that thing?
It would have been a bad night for the health inspector to come in.
Oh my god, yeah! You find an underground comedy show with the dude the bat up his ass and the fucking
Stinky bat. Fucking
Do
disgusting.
you leave after that, or do you just like pull pants up, go sit at the bar? Get
He was
another
very
drink?
like matter of fact after he like finished. Like he was just like, okay.
You
like,
say
he just,
finished, and I think he actually came.
God, I hope he didn't. I really hope he didn't. But no, he just like kind of nonchalantly pulled up his pants and took the bat out of his ass and like left. And then we were like the manager was like, hey, that can never happen again. We're like, yeah, we know.
yeah.
We know.
We'll start vetting him a little harder than
Nobody said encore.
Yeah,
Nobody said it. It was crazy. I think about that. I have a picture somewhere in my phone of him doing it.
dude. I mean, we've had a lot of crazy stand-up stories on our thing, but that's one of the funniest I've heard.
It's probably the wildest thing I've seen.
Yeah,
And it was at a Hooters at an open mic.
Wow.
So this guy's really taking a risk for an open mic.
Wow.
yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. Hooters is closing. I mean,
And it's like
R.I.P.
It's not crazy. They kicked us out of there because our show, we had like too much like cussing and inappropriate material.
What?
And we were like, your whole business is based on sexual harassment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Like when we're just like making jokes, like, and then
Just Tits Incorporated.
and they kicked us
basically.
out, and I think like 6 months later that location closed. And we were
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're like you said, like you're literally based on staring at girls' chests. Like,
yeah.
There's a new rival company now that I guess
called
they
Hooters?
said it's Twin Peaks, but I guess they said they're slightly more ass focused. I guess.
Twin Peaks is they have those in Texas, and they're pretty cool. You know.
yeah, it's like a Hooters, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dress like I don't know, like mountain
Lumberjacks or something. Yeah.
lumberjack
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
Hey,
Lumberjack.
if you
chicks.
watch our last episode, at least they're not cage fighting. I guess, Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That's a sneak peek. That's a bring back.
Some
But,
of those cage fighters were probably some Pittsburgh open micers.
that was the craziest thing.
That
Like,
actually was an open mic.
like I started in Pittsburgh and I got just a fucking dive bar, you know what I mean? But that was the first thing I was like, dude, like again, no one was good, and the few people that were decent, I was like, why are you in Pittsburgh? Like, what are you doing
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
But like, I remember like literally, I have a picture on my phone. I've talked about it on here before, but like literally, there was a hockey game. The team I used to work for projecting on my face while I'm doing an open mic, and I was just like,
Wow.
I gotta get out of here. Dude.
Wow.
Like, it's the most. I'll show you later, but it's the most embarrassing picture I have on my phone. But like, hopefully, if I make it like one day and something, I'm gonna be like post those pictures next to each other. I'm like literally a puck going across my forehead. Talking about like just
crazy.
demeaning as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you hear these stories about like people starting comedy, like, and everybody has crazy stories, and you're like I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure something crazy will, and it's like, so much crazy shit has happened.
Oh.
So much crazy shit has happened, and you're like, it's literally unbelievable the shit I've seen.
Dude, my most viral video is me getting attacked on stage. Of fucking,
Yep.
Of me getting attacked, and it's like,
Yep.
literally. I got asked the other day. This guy messaged me, and he goes, "Hey, can you do the show?" And I just go, "Where is it?" And he sent something over to it on Sunset Rooftop, and I was like, "I'm retired. I'll never do another show
Nope.
there."
Nope.
I hung up the jersey, bro. I'm not doing
Gun
Sunset
gets pulled out there like every other week.
A gun got pulled on Mike Tyson there.
Yep.
The Cam Torrey show.
Yep.
Dude,
It's crazy.
it's insane.
Just
It's
start
like,
sending those DMers right to that fucking.
oh yeah,
place.
yeah. But like, dude, I should
Got
just
your
funnel
spot
him
right
to that
here.
comedy show. Be like,
I
dude.
went to that. I got booked on that show one time, and I went, and I was like checking in with like the door guy, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I had my buddy with me, and I was like the last person on the show doing the most time. It's 10 minutes. Everybody else was doing 5. I was doing 10 at the end. Arguably headliner, not really, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
but
I'm
yeah,
going
you're like,
last,
all right,
I'm
I got a
doing the
little
most
respect.
time. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on. Like, I'm going to
Yeah,
smash this shit at the end. And then the fucking, whoever was running the show, the fucking door guy was like, I had my buddy with me. He was like, oh, it's 15 for him. And I was like, he's with me. And he was like, nah, it's 15 no matter what. I was like, you know what? Bye. And I
Yeah.
fucking left, and I never did that show ever
No,
again.
good for you, dude. That's insane. Like, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, but again, like I did it one time after I got attacked, and then halfway through the show.
I did it one time after I got attacked. It was a hilarious sentence.
Like, thank you.
I gave it one more shot.
Yeah, that's how insane we are, obviously. And I give it one more shot.
attack.
And literally halfway through the show, I was just like, I'm done. I was like, I'm not doing this again. This is it. I knew it right in the middle of it. I was like, this place is. I don't even know how they even are doing shows there anymore. It's like, if all the, like you said, guns are getting pulled on people.
And also, if I did perform there, I'd be like, to the audience, I'd be like, why are you guys here? Like, you know, there's like comedy clubs here in LA, right? And you guys are here at the fucking gun show, like whatever this is. It's like GTA San Andreas, and this motherfucker is like
the gun show. Dude, that is exactly like, again, it's like you're almost like, you know, there's other better like I perform other better places than this.
And those shitty bar shows where guns get pulled out, the tickets will be like $20, and you're like, you know, for $20 you can go see like Dane Cook and fucking Dave Chappelle at the Improv, right?
Well, I'm paying $20 to go to this place. Fucking Diplo better be in here too.
Yeah, it's fucking
what
nuts.
the
Dude,
fuck?
that's so funny you say that.
Some of those shows are so overpriced, and it's like,
oh, dude, 100%. Like, even like on my show, like I could probably get away with like charging more, and I just don't, because I'm like, we're get good comics, so like it's gonna be worth your time. But it's just like, you know, as long as all the comics are making money and like it's a good show and stuff. But it's like, people, it's crazy. Like sometimes they'll like $35, $50 for a ticket. It's like, out of your fucking
Three
mind.
easy payments
Like
of
it's VIP and they stick you
$19.95.
in a fucking like, piece of shit like thing. It's like,
I want to go to your show, but do you guys take a firm?
yeah.
I gotta get on a 6-month plan. Hopefully I can pay it off in 6 months so I don't get fucked on interest before I go to your show.
13 cents a day.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you get to see 12 comics on the show.
Yeah, there's gonna be 12 comics you've never heard of. None of them are funny.
Yeah.
And somebody's gonna pull out a gun.
Yeah.
And you will be paid off in 9 months.
Yeah. Sound fun?
Someone
Welcome
has
to
a
Hollywood.
bat in their ass.
Oh, and 2 items.
Somebody has a bat in their ass.
2 items.
And now the whole place smells like fucking rubber and asshole.
Yeah.
Welcome.
That's another thing too. Is people were like, dude, this is true. Last night someone asked me. They were like,
God damn it.
someone asked me last night. They go, oh, like, you know, I tried to get my like show at the Ice House, and like, why do you think I can't get it there? And I'm just like, why do you think? Why you have to ask me? Like, like, why the fuck do you think you can't get it there? You have to tell me, because you book 15 fucking open micers and make it a bringer. They don't want to have those comics at their club.
I'm done doing shows with more than like 7 faces on the flyer. Some of these like terrible shows, it's like, oh, come to this show, and it's like, here's the flyer, and it's like,
Dude,
it looks like a yearbook page, and you're like,
The
who
fucking
fuck?
Coachella lineup.
Yeah. And you're like, how much time is everybody doing?
100%.
And it's like it's already a terrible show, and now the
Everybody
terrible
has a
show is
minute 37.
3 hours. It's a 3-hour long show.
Dude, that's people don't understand. That's another part about like curating a lineup, but also it's like mine. We do fucking 6 comics, host, me, so it's 8. Everyone does 10 minutes, hour and a half, done, perfect.
75 to 95 minutes is the way.
100%.
100 minutes at the most.
100%. After an hour and a half is perfect, especially when you have good comics that you. And I do it too, where it's like I'm not dumb enough where I know that it's like I book people that are like bigger than me right now, so I go up and then I have like 2 bigger people right after me, and then it's over. You know what I mean? So it's like I mean, you did it. It's flies by.
Perfect.
Yeah,
The show was great.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I should have brought my gun, but it was a good,
Yeah,
it was a good show.
Yeah.
I loved the bat in the ass bit that you did.
Yeah. I was wondering why the stage was slippy when I walked up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my hair was dirty. I needed shit. And my G-spot hadn't been hit in a while, so I figured I'd bring my trusty baseball bat.
I even wonder when people were like, as us who has produced shows, it's like I just did a show the other week and it was like you said, yearbook page is a great way to describe it. Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna start calling that yearbook page show.
Yeah, it's like 6 by 12 people, and
It's
you're like, there's
crazy.
96 people on this fucking show.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And all of them, you've never heard of.
Yeah.
You've never heard of them.
Never heard of them. And never heard of them, never seen them. And then the worst part is too, is like, then they'll do that and be like, oh, everyone's doing 10 minutes. Like, I'm going to be here for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like you can't have that many people. Like, and then it's also, because when you're on the show, then you're like, it's almost one of those ones like you said, I'm just done. I think I did one a couple weeks ago and it was crazy. I had to leave right after my set. I was like, I'm not sticking around. Like, I'm leaving right after. But it was crazy. I was like, because people don't want to sit there for that shit. Because again, and again, like literally the only real audience members we had, bro. This is true. I was right about to go up and I'm like, there's 4 like our age people. I'm like, this is perfect.
God damn.
Dude, the second this guy goes up before me, and I was supposed to go before him, but he talked his way into like, oh, I gotta go. Dude, this guy. I mean, if this room was a piece of shit before he went up there, and he just took a dump on it. It was, and they as soon as I see them like we're checking out, and this guy wouldn't get off the stage either. And then I go up and I just go immediately look at him and go, you guys just pay your bill? And they go, yeah. And I go, fuck. I just go, fuck. And everyone starts laughing too, because but I was just like, what are you guys doing here? And they just go, and I go, yeah, you don't know, do you? And I was like, I don't know why you guys are here either.
Yeah.
But
we paid $35 to get in though.
Dude, it was
There's
insane.
a 4-item minimum.
Dude, it was insane. I was like, I could just tell them, I was like, you guys have no idea where you walked into. Like,
I think the only thing more traumatizing than starting stand-up comedy and going through the fire of like the open mic scene, the only thing that's worse than that is being an audience member at one of those shitty bar shows. Like, I cannot imagine. I've never done that. I've never sat. But I would be so pissed if I was at I would be so pissed if I was at a bar like watching the game or some shit, and then it's like, hey guys, the comedy show's starting in 5 minutes. I'd be like, no, get the fuck out.
I got thrown into one of those a few months ago, and they were like, you're going up first, and I'm like, dude, all these people had a bad day at work. I can see it, and they don't know that this is about to happen,
dude.
I don't like this.
It's so bad. I can't imagine. Like, some of those people, like, God bless them, dude. Some of those people are angels. Like, some of them will sit and they'll watch the whole show, and you're like, dude, you're watching a bar show of like 15 like of the worst, least fun, 15 of the least funniest people ever on earth have gathered here tonight to do the show for you. There are 6 times as many comics as there are audience members, and they'll sit there and they'll like. There's some angels out there, and if you do that, if you go to a bar show and you fucking watch the whole thing, like,
God bless you.
God bless you.
Yeah.
You're going to heaven.
Dude, I remember back when I was starting, I dragged my girlfriend and like friend to a fucking one of the Yoo-Hoo room shows, right? 15 comics, blah blah blah. The old Josh Snyder special, and fucking and fucking they had one of the bar mics going on after, and my friend and girlfriend came in there just to get a drink real quick, and they had to witness some of the bar mic, and they literally were like, holy shit. And I go, yeah, you think the show I just did in there is bad? Those people actually got booked. Imagine how bad these motherfuckers are. Like, they couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, you guys don't, like, everyone thinks they want to become a comic, and then you go to this shit and you're like, that's why I think that's why we get along so well. And like, I like always like finding somebody, because it's like, dude, we have to go through so much bullshit that it's like so refreshing when I can go through it with like a friend, and like, you're the man, dude. This has been, knowing you has like been just really cool so far. But
thanks, dude. That's the thing with like comics, is like, we're all trauma bonded.
Yeah. Like,
we all have been, most of us have been through like these horrible trenches together. We all have like war stories, and like, it's like, and it's also like, it's like, what's even the point? Like, all this shit, like, it's like, God damn it. Like, what are we doing?
Why are we doing
dude, I always say, and I feel like you probably
animals.
relate, is like, I always say, I'm like, dude, if I knew what everything was going to take to get where I'm at right now, I never would have done it.
I would not, if I could go back and live my life over again, I would not do any of this.
Dude.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be on this couch. I would not be doing comedy. I would go to the Sunset rooftop with a gun, and I would just kill everybody. Dude. I'd be a mass shooter at Sunset Rooftop. And that would be better for the world if I did that.
That's literally,
I would contribute. That would be a better way for me to contribute to the planet Earth. Instead of doing comedy and trying to make people laugh and have a better time in life, it would be more productive for me to go to the Sunset Rooftop with a gun and kill everybody. Dude, that would be more honorable of a life to live.
I'm scared we're actually going to make Cid quit comedy tonight.
I'm done. I'm done.
He's stopping at Sunset Rooftop for a nightcap after the show.
I'm on my third Modelo, and my gun is cocked and ready, dude.
Dude, that's literally like, we've probably, because I love it's my in Anchorman 2, and his kid's like, he's like, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer. And he's like, you're not going to be any of those things. he's like, think lower. Yeah. Construction, this. And then he goes, life's about making a paycheck and keeping a gun out of your mouth.
Pretty much. No, really, it's really fucking, it's actually insane what we've done.
Oh, dude,
like what we've done to our minds, and our bodies it's abusive. We've abused ourselves to get to this point.
It's a miracle how many
trauma bonding is a good way.
We're all trauma bonded.
It's a miracle how many drive homes we've had where we didn't actively swerve off the road.
Oh,
after,
dude.
Yep. Dude,
I had a set 2 years ago where I was thinking about it, bro. Yeah. I was ready to go. Yeah. I was done. I was like, oh man, it's over.
The worst is listen to it back in the car.
Oh, dude, I deleted it immediately. I couldn't.
I was listen to anything.
I was blew my brains out, dude. I literally was like, I had the worst. I was just like, oh, it was the only time where I was like, I was looking at the highway out there. I almost ran out, dude. I was looking at it. It was looking good.
Dude, the worst is when you have a show at night and like you have a really good day. Like there was a day where I woke up early and I like went on a run and I had like steak and eggs for breakfast and I did like yoga and I like wrote and I played little video games and I had like a really perfect day and I was like, I'm gonna have a great day and I'm gonna go do my show.
Yeah.
And I had a great perfect day and I get to the show and the first joke I say falls flat and I was like, my entire day is fucked.
Yeah.
I literally had a perfect. I told the audience, I was like, I did yoga before I came in. I did yoga and I got relaxed and I got
Brain at 100%.
I got like tranquil and I got so happy and peaceful, and then I go to this show and no one's laughing. Like, fuck my life. I couldn't just. Yeah. I could be at Sunset Rooftop right now with a gun. I could be at Sunset Rooftop right now with a gun.
Dude, it's so funny too because I know that feeling. And then you get off and you're like, I was having such a good day, like,
dude. And I was just like, I should have canceled. It's crazy.
Have you ever done one of those double room sets? And like I've had one night where I murdered like in one room and was like, this might have been the greatest set of my life. And then I was like walking over to the other room like, we're coming out swinging.
Nope.
Just plain fucking into the ground immediately.
I've done that a lot.
And it's like you forget about the first one. You're just like, I don't know.
You guys both are club, so you probably happens to you guys more than me. Over here.
It's happened a lot. It's happened a lot. And it's like, it's just like a reality check. Like I've told people like doing this, like you can feel like the man 1 minute and then literally 10 seconds later, you can feel like the biggest piece of shit that's ever
wiener
been
boy.
shat. Yeah, you can feel like the smallest wiener boy. You can feel like the shittiest covered baseball bat.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like when I did the mic at the Improv, like I did it on Tuesday, great set, but then they set you up for failure where they're like, all right, this guy gets a spot because he had the bet, and it's a room full of comics, so they're all just like,
dude. And you get 5 minutes, and they all get 3.
Yeah,
you get a guaranteed spot.
Yep, and it was just like,
yeah,
and I was just like,
yeah.
I know this is funny. I just did it in the main room last night, dude, and they didn't give a fuck. I was like, God damn it, dude.
That's the other thing is the super unsupportive vibe of the open mic community.
Yeah,
it's very like it's like a lot of them are not everybody like, but a lot of them are like bucket crabs. Do you know the bucket crab analogy?
Without telling me.
Where it's like it's like I call them like bucket crabs because they say like if there's like you have a bucket of crabs. Like one of them might like crawl over the other crabs and like try to get out of the bucket. And if they do that, like another crab will like grab them and pull them back down. And I feel like a lot of the open mic scene could be like bucket crabs like that. Like they don't want you to do better than them. Like they don't have like the expansive mindset. They have like a limited mindset and they want to like cut people down and they want to not laugh at you because if they laugh at you while you're on stage, you're gonna look better than them.
Yeah.
So they want to like not pay attention. It's like you guys are wiener boys.
Yeah.
I should have brought my gun.
You know what I call them? Is Thanksgiving comics. They like to just go home at Thanksgiving and tell their friends they're comics, but they're not.
I love that term.
Yeah.
I love that term.
But dude, that's even like when I was just out in New York, I did a show. I did a few shows, obviously, but I did this one show and there was a girl on it that was from like does comedy in LA.
Yeah.
Apparently. And she was her like friends came up to me and they were like, oh, we liked you, blah blah blah. And then she was like, you're from, you do LA comedy? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, so do I. Like, where do you get up at? And I was just like, like Ice House, like Improv, like whatever. And then she was like, oh, like, well, I'm like more like an alt comic. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, and she was like, oh, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, so you don't get paid? Like, hey, what are you talking about?
An alt comic.
Yeah,
you don't
like,
get
what
paid.
The fuck does that mean? Yeah. Like,
you don't shave your armpits and you don't get paid?
yeah. It's
cool.
Like, yeah, but it was just like they again, some people just want to be a big fish in a small pond, I guess.
It's like, oh, you tour in a band? Like, I like just making music in my room.
Yeah. It's like, it's a sick job. I love the job, but I want it to be a job.
Like, yeah, I guess that's cool what you do, but
I want it to be a job at the end of the day.
A lot of people are like trying to make themselves like they're trying to like market themselves, you know, like, better than they actually are. There's nothing wrong with just saying, hey, I just do open mics and I'm not that good.
I try to let people know I am a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking idiot.
That's also a big like problem I had, even with like you worked in like movies and stuff like that. Is like the first movie I worked on, and like it was supposed to be just a romantic film, and then they hired like I ended up like being one of the stars, and they're like, oh, you're gonna be like the comedic relief of it, so they let me rewrite all my parts, which was really cool to get like writing credit and acting, producing credit, and everything.
Nice.
But like a lot of the scenes that were like in the script originally that I had wrote that are like some of the reasons like some of the principal actors like wanted to do the film got cut, and they were like, oh, we wanted to be like more like commercial and shit. And we're like, dude, it's an indie, like you're not gonna get noticed unless it's like you're stirring up a little bit of shit. You know what I mean? So like
Scorsese's on Tubi, just like, what's this?
yeah. It's just like all like the dirty scenes they try to take out. And it's like, dude, like if you're gonna like make it like noticeable, you know what I mean? And some of the best like dialogue and scenes anyway. But I again, it's like we're talking about earlier with like being in that room with those fucking actors and they're like worrying about what they're saying. It's like, dude, you're a fucking extra in a HBO thing right now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, chill out.
Yeah, like,
You aren't saying anything in this.
yeah, like, you do not have any dialogue.
Yeah.
Like no one gives a fuck.
You're eating apple pie in the background.
Yeah, like you're wearing a wig, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
your parents hate you.
Yeah. I hate you.
Yeah.
You were a DEI hire.
Dude, that's fucking funny. I feel like that's probably like, you know, like, so you said you were like, obviously, were you like a class clown in high school and shit too?
Yeah, I won class clown in high
Really?
school.
Nice.
I can see that totally.
And for our photo, because like it was me and this girl Tiffany, and she's fucking hilarious. And for our photo, our like yearbook class clown photo, because all the other class clowns like before us, they would all like take like a crazy like zany like, you know, like in the yearbook.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like that's not funny. So me and Tiffany, we got class clown, and our class clown picture was us like
Just dead serious.
Yes.
it was like a mugshot.
I love that.
Beautiful.
We went deadpan.
Where'd you grow up at?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't know, like Sid, you're mixed. So is it?
Puerto Rican and white.
Yeah. So was your school mixed or like did you grow up around like what kind of school was it?
Well, I actually like the suburb that I grew up in was called White Settlement, and people always get weird when I tell them that. It was named White Settlement because like the natives were like some white people settled there like in the 1800s, and the natives were like, oh, that's the White Settlement.
Okay.
But it was mixed. It was totally mixed.
Yeah.
It was like, it was, I had all kinds of friends. I was the only Puerto Rican though.
Yeah.
I was the only Puerto Rican.
Were you,
like, nobody knew what the
like
fuck
for me
that
in high
was.
school, like I played sports and everything like that, but I mean you could tell, like I think obviously from knowing me in all our conversations, like I'm a huge nerd too. So I was like and it's kind of like the same way in comedy. Like I hang out with black comics, white comics, Vietnamese comics, fucking whatever, Latino comics. It's like but I feel like you're the same way where like I always see you talking to like everybody at the
Yeah, I don't have any cliques or anything. I like most people.
Yeah. That's again, some people have to like. I mean, it
I'm
happens
also
to everyone,
like
but-
ambiguous, so like people just like I feel like all races naturally trust me.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
they don't know what I am. Like the Jews think I'm a Jew, the blacks think I'm a black, the Latinos, the Mexicans think I'm Mexican.
Yeah, that is kind of funny.
And
You could pass for a lot.
There's no Puerto Rican, so nobody really knows anything.
That is funny.
I'm the only one.
Yeah, you could pass for a lot now that you say that.
Huh? Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
That is
Do you
funny.
ever like lean another way? You're just like, maybe this is some scenario, I don't know. You're just like,
Yeah.
maybe I will.
Maybe you're
act
trying
like
to get an
another.
acting job and you're like, I'm Jewish.
Yeah. Or it's like, I'm actually Middle Eastern.
I should start saying I'm Jewish to get more opportunities.
Yeah, right.
That would be a bad idea.
Hey, if you guys are
Shalom.
watching,
Yeah. I'm Jewish now.
yeah, that's a funny thing too. Is like my stepdad's Jewish, so my little brother, who's technically my half brother, he's Jewish, and then so my best friend's Jewish. So I grew around, like the whole Mac Miller Pittsburgh crew of Jews. Like I'm friends with. Like they come to all my shows. That's literally how I met Alec.
I never met Jews before I came to LA. I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Dude,
like
there's so
that's
many in
actually
Pennsylvania. It's
that's
crazy.
actually the one like race that really wasn't in my hometown.
Really?
It's, like,
Yeah,
Jewish people.
not prominent in Kansas City either.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
That's the other thing. I
Texas.
think another reason I'm friends with a lot of Viets is like after the Vietnam War, they for whatever reason like relocated them a lot to Pittsburgh. To all the Viets.
There's so many in Kansas City. too.
Really?
I went to
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have like the nail salons are dominated by
Nice.
the Viets out there.
Hell yeah.
They're repping. Shout out all
Everybody's
my
got
Viet
perfect
guys.
cuticles and shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I can take.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm scared to go to one of those places. I feel like they judge like my feet too hard or something. You know.
Dude, I hate nail files. Honestly,
Also, I'm ticklish, and I feel like
Yeah.
once they flip that switch on,
Yeah.
there's no turning it
I'm not
off.
ticklish. Isn't that weird?
You're not ticklish?
No.
Don't make me come fucking
about
tickle you,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
whoa.
tickle the
No,
fuck
I'm
out
not,
of
dude. It's crazy. I was telling Aaron Branch
Where's the
because he put out that.
baseball
Yeah, I just haven't tickled the right part of my body.
Yeah. You gotta tickle the right spot.
Do you guys want to take a break before we do the last part? Are you guys good or?
Whatever.
I'm always ready
way.
to take a piss,
Either way.
but
Rock a piss real quick and we'll get the things
Okay.
ready.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back in 5, guys.
Piss time.
We're gonna get into our favorite game over here. It's pretty simple. You just pick out a topic and then riff on it, and then the other one. You
Okay.
start the riff, and then we go down the line.
So you pick the topic and I
Yeah.
talk
So
about it?
I got
Okay.
I got the topic.
Okay.
I'll like bring up my thing about it, then we'll go down the line and
Okay.
vice versa.
Okay.
So worst hangover. I have had a few, guys. I've had a few. As you know, I've went to prison for assaulting a police officer. So that was pretty hard to wake up from. But I mean, dude, I've had some gnarly ones. I mean, obviously, but that was probably just the worst circumstance to wake up and be like, oh, I'm in the county jail. This is probably, this is bad.
And I'm hungover.
Yeah, and I'm hungover.
That sucks.
And it was my birthday.
Ugh.
Yeah, so happy birthday to me. Another time was probably my 21st birthday. I had a huge party at my brother's house, and I remember the last thing I really remember, I got 2 bottles. I turned 21. I had 2 bottles of champagne and like popped them and squirted it all over his ceiling.
Nice.
And he was fucking pissed, and he was in a cast already for like breaking his hand, and he broke his cast over my face, and I had literally had a fucking like cut. I have a picture from me at the hockey game with this massive cut across my face.
Jesus.
And I didn't even know. I woke up the next morning. I was like, what the fuck?
Like, was I at Sunset Rooftop last night?
Yeah. If I was at Sunset Rooftop, I wouldn't have woke up. But no, that's probably my worst hangover. Do you have anyone that pops up in your mind?
Man, one time I was hanging out with some friends at my house. It was like I was like 20 or like 19. We're hanging out at my house. I still lived with my mom, and it was like I worked at like Chili's back then, and like it was like me and like 2 Chili's homies, and then like one of our
sponsor us Chili's, by the way.
Yes, and one of our managers who worked there, and I took 22 shots that night, and it was a mix of like rum and pineapple, and then the next one would be like a Irish car bomb, and I mean I was just like 19, 20, like just getting into drinking, so I was like experimenting, and I started bartending back then, so I was like I had like knowledge about it, so I had 22 shots that night, and
Jesus Christ,
and we all pretty much died,
all different shit, or
all kinds of different shit.
Oh my god!
And I don't really, I'm pretty good about hangovers, but I just remember my mom was getting ready for work the next morning. We had one bathroom. My mom was getting ready for work the next morning, and my manager, my boss from Chili's, was like dead on the ground, and my mom's like standing over her like dead body, like curling her hair or whatever, and the manager's like, and then her husband's like trying to like get her to like get up, and my mom was like so nonchalant, just like blow drying her hair over my manager's like passed out fucked up body, and then the next day I was dead for like probably 36 hours after that, because that 22 might have been 23 shots, but we were just like going hard, and
liquor hangovers always hit harder too.
Yeah, and wine. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably the worst. I try to manage hangovers with like electrolytes and water.
Yeah, now that we know, back then you don't even know any remedies.
No, and you also have no self control, and you're an idiot. So that's probably mine.
Jesus, dude, mine's bad. Yeah. Mine's bad. It was when I lived in Phoenix. That year I lived in Phoenix, and I lived right next to the Diamond Casino, right there. And I had a buddy from Minneapolis come in, and me and him, we know how to drink, especially my buddy. I don't want to name his name, but like, you know me, I can drink. I mean, I'm a German-Irish guy. Like, I can put down a lot, you know.
There's a reason I took you on my wing, buddy. I like
exactly. You know. So I remember I meet my buddy at the casino. He's in town. We have one beer, and then we go to the bar.
That's how it always starts.
We go to the bar, and we're like, just wait, dude. And then we're like, let's try. They got this pickle shot, so we're like, let's try this pickle shot. Neither of us remember anything after that shot. We wake up the next morning in a hotel room in somewhere called Paradise Valley in Arizona. It was like the Hangover movie. I was wedged like between the wall and the bed in a V shape like that. I'll give the pictures to Alec so we can put them up here in the pot. And there's cheese all over the ceiling. Cheese everywhere. There's like exploded Taco Bell all around there. Yeah. Apparently someone spiked it. Our buddy that he was with, he had won $2,500 at the blackjack table that night. Woke up $3 in his wallet. Dude, we don't know what happened. There's videos of me like punching the shit out of a bush. I'm like I'm getting in a fight with a bush. Nice. There's a video of me. Apparently we were playing pool somewhere that night, and I like take a shot. I turn around to my buddy, and I was wearing a pair of sunglasses inside. He slapped me so fucking hard the sunglasses shattered and went flying across the bar. Christ. And we just woke up and we're like, what happened? Like, what happened? Where are we? I'm looking at my maps on Apple. I'm like, where's Paradise Valley? What happened? And he's just like, oh, dude, it was a nightmare.
Death Valley.
It was a nightmare. I can't wait to send you guys those pictures. Oh my god, it's fucked.
All right, Sid, you can pick one up now.
Okay. You go first on it, or I go first on it?
No, you go first on it.
Okay.
So whoever picks it.
Wow, what a soft bucket.
Pretend you're on a mic. Yeah.
It's in case the devil comes around, so they hit it with a pitch.
Well, I've already answered this one.
Okay, we can pick another one. That
This is
happens
craziest / worst thing you've seen on stage.
Yeah, okay,
Oh.
yeah, we can go next
It's
one.
the baseball bat in the ass.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Yep,
I'll do
yep,
one of
that
those.
happens
This is the
sometimes.
best thing you've seen on stage.
Yeah. Yeah, while the guy was on stage, I was actually jerking off. That's my thing. Oh my god.
What's?
Recent plane crashes / plane safety.
Oh god. Yeah, I want to hear your take on
God.
this.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. It's scary as fuck,
I
dude.
know. I'm flying next week.
It's so scary, dude. It's like everything's falling apart in the sky. I don't fucking. God damn it. I
This
think
is
this
today?
from today. Yeah, this is one from today.
No, I
Oh
didn't see
God,
this.
I've
I think-
flown into there so many times.
What
it
is
just
this?
sucks.
Oh, Chicago Midway. Fuck yeah, I'm flying here tomorrow. Oh, it's Southwest too. No.
Yeah. This was a close call. The other plane came out of nowhere and almost.
What am I looking at here?
What did they pull back up?
yeah.
They pull back up?
Yeah. They're.
Oh no!
No.
It's like who's directing the?
They would have fallen collided, bro.
Yeah.
100%. You can't stop that thing going 6
Oh.
miles
I
an
think-
hour.
I think like the plane that crashed. Fuck. Like the one where they landed upside down the other day.
That one was Delta, right?
That one was Delta, and nobody died, which is insane. And
Oh, I'd be
great.
suing for
But
that.
the
Oh my
one,
God.
the one where the plane crashed into the Black Hawk helicopter in DC, that fucking sucks because it's like, it's one thing to get in a plane crash, like in the sky, something goes wrong or like something happens in takeoff, whatever. That sucks. But it really fucking sucks when you crash and you die after at the end of the flight. So
And
you were sitting in a terrible, shitty little seat for like 3-4 hours, and you had to like sit there and like, and you're like, oh, we're about to land, we're descent. Like you sat in an uncomfortable, like it's like I would rather my plane fucking explode, but like as I'm taking off. As
I'd
opposed
rather
to
it
after the
malfunction
flight.
than do it be to like just negligence, you know?
Have you seen Travis Barker's plane crash story?
No.
What?
Dude, it's crazy. You know, like killed everyone else on the thing, and he lived, and that's what got him sober. Was like he was like, I was in the hospital so long on morphine and shit that I like don't do anything anymore. But I was listening to this interview. I think it was on Rogan while I was on a plane. I was like, I gotta turn this off. Like, why am I listening on a plane?
Yeah.
Like, but I was just listening to the interview, and then I didn't know he was gonna start talking about that, and I was like, oh fuck, like,
Yeah.
But it was crazy, dude. It was
Yeah,
crazy, and
people
he like
hopping
didn't know
on.
he didn't know everyone else died on the plane because he was like so fucked up on the meds until like a
That's
month after the
crazy.
crash, yeah, and shit. It was like,
Wow.
and he had
That shit
burns
is
off his
fucking
body.
nuts, dude. That one
Dude,
is crazy.
this
That
was
video
kind
is
of
insane.
funny. Did you see they
'cause
pulled
they
up?
live.
It was like an entire female crew, and they have like all these TikTok dance videos of them like doing dances in the cockpit.
No.
Apparently the chick, she doesn't even have the required hours to like fly it, and the head pilot was like just doing some like navigation stuff and was like, you want to land it? You want to give her a shot? And she was like 27 and was like, yeah, or something. And then I guess that's what happened.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's insane.
It was wild.
That's
They should be fired.
Which
and
doesn't
sued.
help to
Oh,
the
yeah,
You
female.
see that butt touch?
Yeah,
Go back
I
to
saw the butt grab.
You see the butt grab?
I saw that instantly. I thought this was a sexual assault video, not an airplane crash
Yeah,
video
give
at
her
first.
more than 30 grand. She
100%.
got sexually harassed, too.
100%.
That's fucking
Oh,
terrible.
dude, I'm suing for
Nobody died.
everything.
It doesn't help the
You
female
know they
driver
offered him
cause.
30 grand. Isn't that insane, dude? Do you guys realize my friend, the guy the first person we ever had on this podcast, my buddy from back home, he's an actor, but he doesn't live out here anymore. But he was the first person on the podcast, and dude, he got in a motorcycle accident out here. The guy hit him, ran. He got like over $1 million for it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, 30 grand's like,
For a plane crash, dude, for a gazillion dollar company, they're getting
Yeah.
at least $1 million.
I want a
Are you kidding me?
plane.
30
Like,
grand.
I want my own plane
yeah,
after this.
The fact
Yeah.
that they're lowballing people that fucking.
Oh, dude, what's
crazy.
They're gonna, you know, they're gonna settle because of fucking. If they get in front of a jury, you know, the people will be like, give them $300 million a piece.
Yep.
They won't give them so it's gonna settle, and they'll give them. They'll probably at least get over $1 million. I mean, that's insane. you
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
On a
Yeah.
plane crash, your
Yep.
odds of surviving are nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
If
that's.
you're the CEO of Delta, you're just
Yeah.
like, fuck.
You want to pull another one though?
What we got here?
Oh, God.
I know I'm flying
Scary.
next week. I'm like, fuck.
What does your family think about your comedy? See, this is one
is always
that's,
a fun one.
that's hard because there's a lot I try to keep hidden from my family because I'm from Missouri. I look like this. I do a lot of jokes about how I look like I fuck my family, and they all follow me on social media, and I'm really scared that like one of these clips will come out. Now, if they're listening to this, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck's he talking about?" And they're gonna go digging. But I don't know. My mom is proud. I guess they haven't seen me. No one's seen me yet.
Good.
You know,
Good. Keep it that way.
I feel like it's just weird. If family's in the room, how are you not gonna bomb? You know, I feel like it's a guaranteed shitty situation. I don't want any family to come to any shows ever.
I don't want anybody to come to any
I don't let my girlfriend come to any shows, and she gets pissed about that. And I'm like, look, I've seen guys bomb in front of their girlfriends, and I know
It's only
they broke up on the
I
ride
don't care
home.
anymore. I stopped caring a while ago. Because Barney asked me to open from Pittsburgh all those years ago. That was like 4 years ago almost. And that's when I was like, all right, well, I know everyone's going to come out. And like, my mom will listen to this shit and I'm fucking, you know, it's just like, you get to a point where you're just like, I'm a grown up. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, as much as I love them. But again, it's also like, I think it was a big step in, because everyone thought I was insane when I left the fucking professional sports to do this, you know, which clearly they were just looking out for me. I appreciate it. But they were like, and I have a history of like bipolarness in my family and shit. So they were like, you're insane. But it's like, I got, you know, it's now, then they get to see me, like, they'll see me 2 weeks before. It's like, now it's like, I've done it so many times. It's like, you know, it's like, I wasn't crazy, obviously. You know, maybe I was a little bit from what we were talking about earlier.
My mom's proud of me putting a bat in my ass on stage.
Have you performed?
I should
perform back in Texas?
Yeah, they just saw me for the first time like
Nice.
6 months ago. I should give everyone who's ever seen me do stand up $30,000. I should. It's worse than a.
You're like, no, I need more.
It's worse than an upside down plane crash. No, my family just saw me perform for the first time like 6 months. I did some shows in Texas and they came out. They probably went to, I think, like 2 shows maybe.
Nice.
How was it? Was it awkward or is it?
No, I mean, I felt like shit about it, but they were like, to them, because they'd never seen me, they were like, whoa, like they were like super impressed. I was like, I called my mom an insane bitch on stage and like they all died. I was like, I said my mom is what's legally known as an insane Puerto Rican bitch. they fucking lost it. They loved it. My mom was like, that's my favorite joke.
Yeah, they just love to be mentioned. Like,
yeah. No, they had a good time. They liked it. They were, you know,
That's awesome.
Because I also like, they're always like, oh, send me a video. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
No. Nah, I don't have to. I don't want to.
no.
Got to put it in CapCut. Send it
Yeah,
to
they feel good. You know, they feel fine about it. They like that I'm doing it, I guess, because it's like after they saw me, I think they felt better because I didn't bomb.
Yeah.
If I bombed in Texas in front of my family, they'd be like, "All right,
Son, you're a wiener boy.
yeah, I don't want to look like a wiener boy." I have a reputation to protect. Mom, no, they're cool about it.
That's cool.
They were confused at first, but because it's like, "What are you doing?" But you know. Yeah.
100%.
I think that's, again, what I was trying to say is like, it kind of made me like, they're like, again, what are you doing? And then they finally saw me and I was like, oh, okay, like you're doing something.
Yeah.
You want to pass it back down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time my family comes to visit, I'm going to take them to the Sunset Rooftop.
Dude. Be it just a mass, okay, this is going best food spot in LA.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I don't know if it's the best, but like Rick's down here on the corner. Shout out Alec over there.
What is that? A little cafe?
It's a little like diner, but they have a drive-through, and it's always open till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
I've been there. I went there recently. And
Dude,
it was fucking great.
I go there so much to like they know my dog by name, and like they're always like mad when they don't bring her. You know, when Sandy's not. Everyone's always mad when Sandy's not here. But dude, they're like obsessed with my I know everyone who works there by name because I'm there so much. You know how I am at anywhere I go. It's like I'm gonna make friends with the people, but it's like because I hate when I'm like if I pull up to this drive-through 3 times a week and I don't say what's up to you guys, like, and you know what I mean. It just gets awkward. But so that's my spot. It's Rick's. It's like their chicken quesadilla is goated. Fucking
it's a good spot.
Yeah, but and then also another honorable mention, Casita that me and Alec went last time after the podcast.
Casita del Campo?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Casita del Campo.
Dude, I took Alec there after
great.
the podcast last time.
It's great.
You got to go to the ice house.
had it.
Yeah, dude, isn't that fucking goated?
It's really. I used to live right by there. I used to go all the time, and I actually just went like for somebody's birthday like 2 months ago.
That's amazing.
And I was so happy. They're like, "Oh, my birthday party's at Casita del Campo." I was like,
Let's
"Yes,
go, dude."
Yes. And
Dude.
the bartenders were like hella cool. Like
Hella cool. The
like
first time I went, they were playing MF Doom at a fucking 60-year-old pink fucking place that's been there forever. Like, and
They
they're
play
That's
great
pretty
music,
fucking
great
too.
music,
That's
great
a vibe.
margaritas.
Yep.
Like that place is goated, dude.
Damn.
That's
It's
awesome.
really good.
But do you have an honorable mention or
There's a little place at Venice and Pico.
McDonald's?
It's called Olive Garden. And it's my top spot. No, I'll smash Olive Garden anytime. But
We were
as far
talking about
as,
this
like,
last night. I was talking about the triple dipper at Chili's too.
I get sometimes I get a little drunk and I start talking a little too much about Chili's and alcohol.
Dude,
those are my two favorite like
What
casual
are
dining
those, the
restaurants.
Tex-Mex egg rolls or something with the Southern egg rolls? Southwest egg rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll know. Like I said,
Watch your mouth.
I love talking. I love talking to Cid about.
Watch
this.
your fucking mouth.
Yeah. I'll give you a tour in Italy.
No, Casino Campo is great. The other Mexican restaurant that I go to way more than that is El Compadre.
Ooh, where's that?
Whoa, dude.
I don't know it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know it.
El Compadre is the place to go for Mexican food in Los Angeles. They have flaming margaritas.
Ooh.
They have amazing food. They have like mariachi bands in there.
Is it Hollywood? Where are we?
Yep. It's Sunset and something. It's right across from Guitar Center in
Oh, okay. Well,
in
everyone
WeHo.
knows where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go. I went there on Sunday with my buddy, and we got lit, and we got quesadillas and fajitas, and their margaritas are stellar, dude. You have to. If you like Casino del Campo,
I'll love
you're
it.
gonna love El Compadre.
Okay. Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
dude.
It could be better, but I like them both.
I just love hearing spots. Like I'm the biggest. That's the only thing I could do on vacation is pick where we eat.
I also like ordering albondigas soup. It's just fun to say,
Dude, 100%.
Albondigas.
That's
What
the.
is that?
It's
and that soup is really good at
dude.
Casino del Campo.
Alec, the soup I told him I was like, dude,
Yep.
we have to get the soup. Like,
Little meatball soup.
dude, I'm always like
Albondigas.
it's like an Italian wedding soup, but it's a fucking Mexican soup. It's like
Albondigas.
literally the meatballs and everything.
And then,
So they have the soup at this other place too.
yeah,
That's
it's
dope.
meatball soup. It's great. But they have flaming margaritas, and dude, their flaming margaritas. It's kind of like drinking a Four Locos.
Oh
It's
my
kind of
God,
like
dude,
it's
we're-
like
Again, talking about that off camera.
we're talking
Jesus
about Four
Christ.
Locos, but it's kind of like Four Locos in the sense that you have one and you're like, oh man, I'm pretty drunk off this one margarita. And then you have
Yeah.
two and you're like, what do we do? Like you're just like totally like ugh. Like they make them so strong and they're flaming and it's fucking great, dude.
You know that you
awesome.
probably definitely do. Starting at the Haha, you know that tiki bar across the street from the Haha,
Yeah,
dude.
I've never
they're-
been, but I know it.
Dude, they had that. I know a lot of tiki bars do, but their zombie drink there, it's like a Four Loko. Like you literally,
yeah.
it tastes like you're drinking fruit punch, and then it's like fucking
Yeah.
5 shots in this thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Jesus.
great. It's
I
called
love
a
it.
zombie there, dude.
I'm trying to think of what else. There's like there's a lot of good burger spots in LA. There's hella good taco trucks, obviously.
The Morrison down here, we also go there a lot.
That's a great spot.
Yeah,
I
that's
love that spot.
Yeah, and you know they're the #1 dog rated place on Yelp in the world.
Really?
And so we brought Sandy there. They served my dog on a silver platter, dude.
Aw.
Literally, they have a dog menu. Like it was literally like amazing.
Dude, it scared me when you said they served your dog on a silver platter. I pictured Sandy with like an apple in her mouth. I was like, no.
I would,
They murdered
yeah.
my dog and they made me eat
I,
her.
I said the Morrison, not Sunset Rooftop, right?
That's Sunset Rooftop. Yeah. They'll shoot your dog and make you eat it.
You got any spots? No.
Dude, my spot, I'm almost afraid to say it because how I explain how good it is why I'm afraid to say it. It was a Filipino restaurant. I'll say it now because it's called LA Rose. And the owner, head chef, just passed away a couple months ago too. So, and I haven't been
Vermont or
back.
Hillhurst or something.
I think it's in. Fuck, I used to go there a lot when I
Feliz?
just moved here. It's in. No, it's not in Los Feliz. It's
That's
it's
where
like,
we're at right now. That's right up the street. It's like where the Morrison is.
It's like it's outside of Koreatown. I'm trying to, but it's,
That's kind of close to here. Koreatown's close to
It
here.
was my first time trying Filipino food, but it was so good. I have videos of me too, like eating it, digging into it, and I feel bad saying it. And I want to say they've cleaned up this problem since then. There's rats just
Oh, those are the best
running
spots.
around. Like
part of the
they're
Philippines.
on the curtains in front of me. I'm taking bites of this food while just looking at these rats. Like, is that fucking Remy? Like, are they doing some Ratatouille shit in the back of here?
You know
Because
lumpia?
It's so
Filipino,
good.
Like the lumpia. Oh, dude, it's
I just like
unbelievable.
I've never eaten at a place where I could look at the rats and watch them walk around
Oh,
and you just
I've been
thoroughly
there.
enjoy it.
Because that's right by the East
Yes.
Hollywood Wendy's.
Yes.
zoom out a little bit, Alec.
Oh my god,
I've heard it's
unreal,
good.
unreal food.
Just want to see
Like,
what part of town we're in.
I hate
East
to just
Hollywood.
I hate to put them on the
okay.
spot.
Oh, yeah, it's not that far.
Right by the Scientology
Yeah, yeah.
church. The
Yeah,
Scientology
right
Pacific
there.
Command Base.
I always park outside of it, and I
We're
feel
right
like
up there,
they're
right
looking
by
at me.
above the lake.
And I feel bad saying,
Yeah, we're right
guys,
there, right
this
there.
place, the
See
best
Rick's-
food in LA
see Rick's,
has
baby?
rats.
There's Rick's. Astros is over there too. I'm not as big of a fan of Astros, but I think Astros is 24/7, so you can go there anytime. But it's a little more.
I'm a Yum Yum donut man, dude. I hit the Yum Yum donuts like all
Oh,
the
bro,
time,
I
late
can't-
night, get the
I
sandwiches.
Can never go again. So
Oh.
that movie I did down here, we shot a bunch of background stuff at Yum Yum Donuts, and it's like I had to call everyone in town and be like, "Can we shoot it here? Can we shoot it here? Can we shoot it here?" Like, oh man.
That's awesome.
All right. I don't know anything about this.
ASAP Rocky found innocent Oh yeah, he
I didn't follow that story.
yeah, he
Threatened someone?
he apparently shot at somebody when he was visiting LA, but then they found out the guy lied and he never shot the gun, and but he was facing like 24 years in prison, and they found him not guilty. He they offered him a plea to like do time in jail. And
I don't think ASAP Rocky's gonna shoot at a guy for no reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he didn't end up shooting it, but the crazy thing is, remember when he was in jail in Sweden and Trump got him out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like same guy. So I think he already were
Like
like
hitting some
the public
Swedish
was probably
kid?
against him. They were like, dude, you already went to jail for doing something else. But pick another one because
Okay.
that
know.
was.
We'll give you the Merchant of Death for ASAP Rocky.
That's my joke about the fucking Britney Griner.
That's our Merchant of Death. Oh God, favorite historical story.
Oh, this is a good topic, Alec.
Ooh.
Good job. This is a good one. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Or do you have a favorite like historical figure even like?
Yeah, well, just give me a minute because I have to think about all time. I have to go through my brain and think about all history.
Pretend you're General Patton and you lived 50
Favorite
lives.
Yes.
historical story.
Picture it, feel it. You stab
Holy
Jesus.
shit.
Yeah, remember killing Jesus, dude?
He feels bad about it.
Yeah. He's not like he was proper.
I regret stabbing the Lord.
Yeah.
Favorite historical story. Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Let me think. Let me think back for the last
Besides an open mic.
20,000 years. Yeah, that one open mic where that guy baseball bat in his ass. That was my favorite history moment.
I can start if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have two ones. Like I actually want to write biopics on both of these characters. Is the first one is Augustus Caesar, like Octavius. Like I think that he has like one of the sickest like stories. You know, he was like just known as being the best, and like the whole story of like Julius Caesar getting killed, and then there's a power struggle between like Mark Antony, and like for some reason he named his nephew that like he barely knew, and like he ended up rising to being like you having to fight Cleopatra, like Mark Antony. Like it's one of those like you got love, you got this, you got so many historical figures. Like I don't know why there hasn't been a movie about it, you know?
Yeah.
And just being like Greek and stuff, I thought that was like just a cool story that hasn't been told.
Yeah.
And then the other movie I want to make a biopic called Lucky and make it about Lucky Luciano and like him making like the fucking commission and the five families bringing it together and like his whole story.
That'd be sick.
He literally got sent to prison, and then World War II busts out, and they went to him in federal prison and were like, "Hey, we will extradite you to Sicily if you can help us land in Italy," and like the mafia, and he was like, "Deal." And like, dude, so he gets extradited to fucking Sicily after this. But he loved America. He moved to America when he was like 5. So he grew up in America. He's like, loves America. Wanted them to win the war, blah, 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 blah. But he's like, I got to find a way to like get back into America, you know?
Wow.
And he literally, they call it the Havana Conference, right? And it's the only time ever that, because there's the 5 families in New York, but there's 9 families all around America, right? There's Kansas City, Detroit, California, blah, 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 right? And there was all these families, and it was the only time that all 9 families met at one time. And Lucky called him to Cuba, and he said, I want everyone here to see me face to face, and I know I'm not in America anymore. I'm still the Don, and you guys are going to fall. Like, you're going to do, like, I'm talking to you all. Yeah, and it was the only time. And it was kind of a big mistake because the FBI took pictures of all the bosses, and it was like a big it was a big thing, but it was the only time it's ever happened. It's never happened since. But again, I think it's just like 2 stories that would be great movies that like haven't been made. And biopics are obviously big always, but like especially right now. But yeah, that's my rant about my historical guys.
You got something?
Dude, aside, like, there is George S. Patton, what I was saying earlier.
Abraham Lincoln being
our
a
U.S.
retard.
general. The general who was reincarnated through time, and he he sees the battlefield rolling up into Greece and is like, God, I died here before. I can't wait to fucking die here again. And just steamrolling with his old battle plans from, like, serving with Roman legions and shit. That stuff's amazing to me.
That's fucking wild.
One of my other favorite things is I found out when my older sister in college was doing this like family history report, we found out we're related to this guy named Lord Archibald Douglas from Scotland. He was a Lord of Scotland.
You could look like that could be your name. For sure.
Yeah,
You
they
could be
called him
Archibald
they called him the
Hell yeah.
Grim of Scotland too, and he was married to Margaret Tudor too, and so they started beefing, but they couldn't have an official divorce. They fucking hated each other though, and so my like uncle fucking kidnapped her nephew and brought him back to his castle in Scotland, which the castle's still standing there. And then like my uncle, he was tight with King Henry VIII too, who like beheaded all his wives. And so it was like,
Hell
dude,
yeah, shout out King Henry.
He's like Henry, check it out. I just took Maggie's fucking nephew, dude. Fuck this bitch, you know. And then she sent this this whole naval fleet of ships to siege like the castle, right around the castle and all the water. And my uncle, I guess, while he had like the nephew tied up still, started sending people out on smaller boats at night that would just board the ships, take over the ships. He ended up taking over Margaret Tudor's whole naval fleet and then had all the boats that she was holding them siege with, and he just took them over and was like, I've got your nephew and your fleet now.
Damn.
What are you going to do? And Henry VIII was like, dude, just say the word, brother. Like, I'll send fucking people over there right now. Like, we'll get a war going. Dude, you want to go? And, like, there was this crazy tense history with, like, knowing that I had an ancestor that, like, piped down Margaret Tudor, I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You
I was
know?
gonna say, you come from some evil bastards.
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
the Grim of Scotland.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm
Now I'm the Grim of Flappers.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Imagine if you could just see us doing dabs in the parking lot.
Look at us now.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't know what my fucking favorite story is. I
Yeah.
don't know. I have no idea. There's so much.
There's so much.
There's so much.
Or is there just a figure? Like I said, like I love like Alexander the Great's like a 6 story. Like
I think
love,
it's crazy.
Love
Like,
Alexander.
all right, crazy coinkadink is like the assassination of Franz Ferdinand that started World War I.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
How they tried to get him, the assassins tried to get him, and then they didn't get him, and he got away, and then they were like, "Fuck!" And like that was their one shot to kill this guy that they wanted to kill, and then they were like, "Man, fuck, we fucking failed. Whatever, dude. Let's go get some sandwiches." So they go to this sandwich shop, and they're eating sandwiches in this like cafe in Austria or wherever the fuck.
Yeah, Austria.
And then and then they're like eating sandwiches, talking about how they failed their mission to kill this guy. No. And then he pulls up right outside. He's sitting right there, and they're like, and they look, and they're like, that's him. And then they kill him. And then World War I
History has
starts.
changed forever because of the coincidence.
They threw a bomb in a suitcase at his car, and it ricocheted off and blew up the car behind him.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, they were at a fucking cafe, and he pulls up at the cafe.
Right
dude.
there, and like parked his car, like,
What a
like at a red
fucking-
light.
Do you
Red
think if he was never assassinated, we'd have more or less open micers?
Oh god, yeah, we probably need another world war just to cool the herd.
It is weird to think of, like, I always think about, like, everything we were saying earlier about, like, even just us fucking around talking about, like, if I didn't do that, I never wouldn't be sitting on this couch right now. Like, the butterfly effect of, like, shit is wild. Like,
Wow.
I think about, like, if the Raiders would have moved to LA, I would have just stayed with them, and I never would have started. Like, it's just like this weird. Never would have for the Penguins. Never would have done this. Like, it's just like the butterfly effect where you get to where you're at, and like one little decision ends up being a big decision, and just like
like fucking like Mao told his people to kill the sparrows.
yeah, Mao Zedong.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like I guess the sparrows were like causing trouble with like I don't know, whatever the fuck. Like they had a sparrow problem, so he was like, "We're gonna kill all the sparrows." So he told the Chinese people, "We're gonna kill all the sparrows," and they were like, "Yeah, fuck the sparrows." And so they killed all these sparrows, and it was like bounties on sparrows. Like you could like sell sparrow
That's
bodies
wild.
for money. And then, like, because you don't fuck with nature like that. Then since they killed all the sparrows, then all the locusts population got crazy, and then all the
shit.
locusts ate all the crops because there's no sparrows to balance them out. And then there was a famine that killed like 40 million people. That's not my favorite historical moment, but it's one of those crazy butterfly effects.
It's not his
like,
least favorite.
yeah, it's not my least favorite. It's not my, you know. But yeah,
No,
he
but
was just
that's
like
crazy.
I forgot what the sparrows were doing, but they were like, I don't know. They like sparrows were causing problems with something. I don't know, like.
It's like Australia's war on emus. They declared war
What?
on emus. You
Why?
never heard about this?
No.
Dude, so much of the Australian military's resources were put towards the war on emus, and they were like, there was like a battle where they said like they're coming at them. They're like pumping these emus full of lead. Just the emu war. They're filling them with lead, and they're still running.
Emu War.
Dude, they lost. Australia lost the war on the emus. There were too many of them, and they'd overtake them. They'd pump them full of lead, and just it wouldn't stop them. They'd just keep running. They were too fast, and they just started. Same thing. They started fucking up all the crops.
My
This
favorite
has to end.
like one like that is how, you know, like in Colombia now people are getting killed by rhinos because Pablo Escobar brought rhinos and shit over, and they got out. He made his own zoo, so now all these rhinos fucked each other, and now there's a rhino problem. The rhinos are killing people on the streets because of the most
in Pittsburgh, in strip clubs.
yeah, like, the worst animal to get killed by is a
That would
fucking
suck to
rhino.
get killed by a rhino.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, you can search that up too. Like, yeah, they have a problem in Colombia of like all these like African animals killing people in Colombia because there's too many fucking it's so funny too because they're like, how did they get over there? I'm like, oh, Pablo Escobar had a zoo,
Oh, that makes
and they
sense.
just let him go.
To have your obituary say killed by a rhinoceros.
Killed by Pablo Escobar's rhinoceros.
In the street,
Yeah.
impaled by a rhino.
Dude, that's horrible. Because I feel like I wouldn't, if I was impaled by a rhino, it's not like I'd fall off. I think I'd be stuck on it.
You'd be
And then
stuck on
someone
it,
would
and you're
see,
trying
like,
to,
oh shit, is that Noah just hanging
I
on
was
that
thinking
rhino's
about
head?
Pet Detective when Jim Carrey comes out of the rhino's ass when he gets born. Who's up right now? Is it you?
Oh, is it me?
Yep.
Let's see here. Best video game ever.
Ooh,
Oh,
good one.
man.
Good one.
Dude. Oh, man. There's one that popped in my head just now for a second that I don't know. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it was just some of the funnest times I ever had. You remember Fusion Frenzy?
No.
It was like a bunch of mini games you play with all your friends. There's a bunch of like colorful people.
I think I played it for a little bit.
Oh my god!
Was it original Xbox?
Yeah, it was original Xbox. Yeah, OG Xbox game. That was but I think I don't even know what my top 3 is, but I can say for sure what's in what 2 of them are. It's Spider-Man PS4. Yes, Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah,
Fusion Frenzy. Just going head to head. That was like, oh my! It was ahead of its time.
I've never
dude.
seen this game in my life.
Unreal,
seen it,
unreal.
As a big gamer, as people know from the
I think
podcast.
it
best-
like came with the Xbox. Like it was like if you buy an Xbox, like it came with.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. So much fun, but.
Yeah. Interesting.
Spider-Man PS4 and either Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. Those are 2 of the top 3 for me.
Yep.
And they're like I've never felt such an experience playing a video game.
I mean, if we're going to talk,
either of
I
those.
mean, Ocarina of Time is the GOAT.
Ocarina of Time changed the game.
Yeah.
I think it's
But-
the GOAT. Like, I could play it right now. Like, that's how good that game
I never had it, but I played through most of it at a GameStop standing there for
Bro,
7 hours.
It changed the game. It could that's an argument for one of the best games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. Like,
But you play the new Zeldas, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and you're like, what the fuck?
Breath of the Wild,
It's an
I was
unreal
when I played
experience.
when I worked for the Penguins, dude, on my lunch break, because I would be able to go in the arena and I would bring my Switch to work and play it there.
Dude.
Like, I was obsessed with that one.
It's so good.
It was so good.
It's so good.
This is another quick story before you, because I'm excited to hear what yours is, but I think you'd also appreciate this. I remember growing up, we would always rent, like, because my parents were divorced, so we'd always want to go to my dad's house. We would rent this Dragon Ball Z game every weekend, and my dad was like, "Dude, why do you guys keep renting this fucking Dragon Ball Z game? Like, and he's like, why don't you just buy it?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a Japanese game. Like, we can't buy it. Like, it's not, they don't sell it in America." And he goes, "Really? That's the reason?" He picks up the phone, calls the game, like the fucking rental store, and he goes, "Hey, my kids broke this game. How much do I owe you for it?" And they're like, "Whatever." And he goes, "All right, thanks." He's on the phone. He goes, "All right, game's yours, guys." And we're like, "You can just." Whoa! Yeah, we're like, that's so sick.
That's lit.
I know.
Fucking
My dad broke.
awesome.
I mean, he was breaking way more laws than that shit. But
That's,
yeah, but,
that's strategy.
Isn't
Dude.
that sick? I was just like, wow, that's sick as hell.
Badass, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But yeah, what would you say is your GOAT?
Okay, so my goat, like I would, my first thought would be like Ocarina of Time because
Yeah.
it like made 3D Zelda and
It was the GOAT,
the
bro. I
story.
love that game.
and
The
it
story,
was
that's why
like-
it's really the story.
and the vibe.
Yeah. Oh.
Like just like the sun rising and you're like at a pond with your horse and you're just like
Throwing a
chilling.
pawn
It's like,
around, just fucking.
yeah, man, just fucking yeah. Yeah. So there's that.
Can we bring up the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time intro, please,
The
Alec?
opening intro, dude. No,
Yeah.
just I don't even want to talk. I just want to hear this.
On
dude.
top of the
please,
hill.
Yeah, please bring it up, Alec, if you can.
It's like
Dude,
a
it's
harp or
so
some shit.
it's so
it's
like.
so good.
Oh man, the soundtrack on that. Did you guys ever play Kingdom Hearts? That's also a soundtrack. That's
Wasn't a Kingdom Hearts guy.
goated, bro.
Uh-uh.
Goated. Because it's crazy that Disney gave up their IP to Square Enix to even make those games.
Right here, the
Really?
Oh, dude, they were a miracle.
I was never like a big
turn
anime
up
guy,
the
so
volume
when
on the
I'd
TV
see
a little
some
bit.
like crazy looking anime character, I'd be like, I don't think this is for me. I'd see that guy on top of Kingdom Hearts swinging around like a big key, and I'm
Dude,
like,
Dude, it was
that
sick.
doesn't
I'm
look
telling you,
dangerous.
because it was also like you got Cloud and like Sephiroth and all these like sick. Because like again, in Disney's notorious for not giving up their IP, and like
Yeah.
it was sick as fuck. You go to every world and you're fighting, with like Beast against like fucking Hercules, like the devil, like fucking Hades and Hercules and shit. Like it was awesome, bro. That game was dope. Oh yes, dude.
Blast
please,
it.
yeah,
Full
please,
blast.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Put this thingy up.
You gotta go back.
Yes, bro.
Dude, I told my buddy I'd go to his show
Yeah,
tonight.
That's exactly how it sounds.
I don't think I'm going to my buddy's show tonight. I think I'm just playing Zelda.
Oh,
It's almost like Twin Peaks. Shit gives me the feels, man.
oh, dude.
1998.
I was
bro.
5 years old, baby.
I was 9.
You had no problems. This was the world that existed before
Problem
you.
with fucking
you know?
Ganondorf.
Yeah,
Trying to steal the
I had a lot of
Triforce and
problems.
shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ganondorf. been trolling for.
Dude, I never beat Ganondorf on Breath of the Wild because I never wanted it to be over.
I've done that. I've had that.
I couldn't let it be over.
There's that game obviously like changed the game. The new Zelda games are fucking crazy, and those also have a good there's a good argument to say those. I'm a big Halo fan like you.
Yep.
As far as like first person shooters, like fucking just the Halo series 1, 2, 3, and like Reach, like
So nostalgic, man.
The Bungie Halo games, 343 fucked it all up. Those are pretty close because it's like you're like John Wick with like guns and armor, but like I might think that maybe the greatest game ever made might be Skyrim.
Oh,
Ooh.
Skyrim's a fun ass game, bro.
Skyrim might be the greatest game.
Did you play Elder Scrolls Online at all?
No, because I don't like the MMO thing. I don't like the.
It was sick though. You get your boy, you make your guy, and you attack castles and shit. You like
Yeah.
pour like hot molten shit on. Like,
I should.
You would fuck with it. I just know because you're boys and you're like gearing up. You're like, dude, we're about to take this castle. Like,
Yeah,
this is sick. And, like,
That's
there's
awesome.
actually real people defending it. It's
But
fucking
Skyrim
fun.
is just like the music, the vibe.
Yeah.
I've never played a
leveling up.
second of it in my
Dude,
life.
Skyrim's really
Sky-
fun,
I feel
dude.
bad.
Yeah.
I never stopped. It came out in 2011, and I probably like make a new character like every year.
Oh, my
And I start a
God.
whole new game, and it never gets old.
Oh.
And now you can play with mods, so you can like if you have Xbox or PlayStation Skyrim, you can download mods. You can download mods for like better graphics, like better sky, better like they can add
Better
music
rim.
from better. They can add like all the music from all the games and put it in there, and it's all like different
Wow.
combat and finishing moves. Like there's like Skyrim is like the most replayable game
Wow.
on Earth, and they've re-released it so many times. Also, but honorable mention, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
That's like a 12-year game, dude. Like
Yeah.
that game, and
Still
they
holds up.
They never stop cranking out. I mean, they crank out content every month. Still, it's like
Crazy.
they've been out for 12 years, and they still crank it out.
You know
Yeah.
what IP that
Damn.
you might remember, and we don't need to go on a tangent, but Xbox completely dropped that was killing it was BioShock. You remember how big those
I
BioShock
love
games?
BioShock.
Yeah, those games were huge.
Those were fun.
Also, did you ever play Fable? Being
I was about to
Yep.
bring that up because
They
they're
just-
making a new
They're making
one.
a new one.
And
Yeah,
they just
that's what I was
they
like,
just
yeah.
delayed it to
How
2026.
evil are you gonna be, dude?
Oh,
How
dude.
big are your fucking horns gonna be? in
Those
that
were the
shit?
those
Oh.
were the real best games of all time, though. If actually my honorable mention is, did you guys ever play the Old Republic Star Wars games?
Dude,
Dude,
I'm playing it
man.
right now on Switch. I bought it on Switch.
Really?
The
All right,
remaster.
all right.
Yeah.
Those games
No one
like
knows
every-
what I'm talking
no,
about
no,
when I say
no,
this.
no.
Okay.
Those, yeah,
Because you
those-
were talking about like you could be evil and you get dark side
that
abilities.
that's in my top probably 3.
Dude, they were teasing us
Probably
years
top
for saying they were gonna make them, and we were like, make another one, and I was like, dude,
saying it, yeah.
oh, they were so good. I remember my
I can't
roommate.
believe you played that, dude.
I know that's why I'm like, I can't believe I'm in a room.
Dude.
That's how we know we're real gamers, bro.
Dude, I was
those games I
Are
replayed.
so goated.
I replayed both like 2 years ago, and I replay them every few years because they're just like.
Well, dude,
so good.
my roommate in college, he came up and he goes, dude, look what I found in my place. And it was still in the plastic. And I go, give me that. And I ripped it out and and they were, because that was also before there was like a difficulty. So it was as hard as, you know what I mean? Like if you couldn't beat it, too bad. Like,
Yeah.
I remember walking in this room and I walk in, I'm like low armor, low everything. I walk in, just 2 dark jet. And I'm like, oh no. I was stuck on it for a week, bro. Because I literally ended up having to hide under the table and shoot their feet. Like I was like, dude, I cannot beat these guys.
I like that you can like. I like the combat in it too. Like it's like turn based, but you can like pause it.
Yes.
And it's like so you can make like little like. You can make like little like moment by moment plays with your characters. Like
Wow,
switch to this
dude.
guy,
Yeah.
pause it.
I can't
set up
believe
this
you guys
move.
know that game. Like
Dude,
I'm freaking
Oh,
out.
yeah.
The story,
We were talking about Battlefront, but those
the
games,
music,
dude.
The story's probably better than all the Star Wars movies. Like
100%.
Oh,
Darth
well.
Revan is like the best
Yeah.
character ever.
He's the
Like,
goat.
Oh.
yeah, and also like I'm always a purple lightsaber guy from that.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice,
I love
nice.
Windu too, but like he was the original. He
Dude,
had a
the
red
second-
lightsaber and a purple lightsaber. It
the
was sick
second
as
one
hell.
where you play the Exile, like the fucking the lore gets so deep.
What about Republic
I'm-
Commando?
And again, that's why I'm such a big Thrones fan and such a big Lord of the Rings fan and Star Wars fan. Is like I love the lore. I love to nerd out. I love the history of shit.
World building.
World
like,
building, and that's why we were saying Ocarina is because I think that's really like such one of like the sickest stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hanging out in the spaceship on Knights of the Old Republic, like you just land somewhere and you just like go and talk to somebody.
Dude,
in
I
the
woke
spaceship
my
and you're just
girlfriend up the other night because I was drunk. I got home. I was like, I had
Look
a
at
few
this Kyber
drinks. She was asleep. I'm sitting there playing, and I accidentally said out loud, I was ripping my pen too, and I go, I don't trust this guy. And she just went, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh fuck, sorry. I'm like, it's like that kid moment where your parents
I
are
feel like
coming in
you're
to
playing
check
that
on
right
you
now.
and
That's
trying to
dope.
hide it.
dude, fucking like, it's like Star Wars, but it's so dark. Like both games are like about like war trauma.
Yeah.
It's like all the characters are just like kind of like doing stuff, but they're all like traumatized from these horrible wars.
Yeah.
And they're all like having dark conversations. Like Canderous, the Mandalorian guy, he's like, I got to tell you this story about this one battle. He's like, we wiped out 100,000 innocent people in 7 seconds because we just fucking felt like it because the Mandalorians fucking rock and fuck everybody. And we did it for the fuck of it. And then like you get the droid, the assassin droid, HK-47.
Yeah.
And he calls everybody meatbags. He's like, Master, would you like me to assassinate these meatbags? I can cut their heads off, or I can shoot them from 2 miles away. Whatever you need, Master. Fuck these meatbags. And you're like, dude, this is dark.
Yeah.
Dude,
it is
I love too,
crazy.
like your responses to it. You could either be like,
Do it.
cool, dude. Yeah.
Do it.
You're like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Bring me their bodies.
It is crazy. Like, I started the Battlefront 2 campaign again the other day, and like, not remembering it as a kid, but it starts off too, just like, if I all had 200 brothers slaughtered by the seppies this day, and I'm like, whoa, like, I'm after some oil.
They're using
dude.
slurs. They're calling them
Love
savvy.
it, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we got a next. Who was that?
I think there's 2 more.
All right, is it?
Oh yeah, that was
think
me.
that's
I had
you.
video game ever.
Okay.
Best video game ever.
And then we'll have you end it. Perfect.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, I'll leave you that one because I want to hear yours on it. Stranded NASA astronauts.
Boeing.
Yeah, blame Boeing.
Boeing did it.
Yeah, we can't even land right now in Chicago, let alone on the goddamn moon. So, hey, Elon, if you're fucking listening, I know you're a big fan of the show.
Yeah,
How about you fix
Yeah.
the fucking flight to Chicago that I'm taking in fucking 5 days
Please.
instead of I have no plans. I love all these dickheads that are like, we're gonna go to Mars. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. Like I love, like we were talking about the smart black dude Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was like, dude, it's harder to go to Mars than just fix our problems here. Like, it's like, dude, it's gonna cost
That's true.
bazillion dollars in resources, and the first people who go there are gonna definitely die. Didn't you guys watch Interstellar? Like you're gonna go to Mars. They're gonna go to Mars, and Matt Damon's gonna be there.
Yep.
And you're gonna you want to hang out with Matt Damon on Mars, dude?
Wait, it was like,
Not alone.
Yeah.
I want Ben Affleck to be there at least.
Yeah, at least I can get fucking drunk with Ben Affleck and talk about him banging 6 different girls named Jennifer. Yeah, dude, fucking holy shit. All right, this is a great last one. This is a good one for you to.
God, it would suck to be stuck in fucking space.
Oh, dude,
it was a Soviet guy he was a Soviet astronaut, and the Soviet Union collapsed while he was in space, and they were like, well, we don't have a nation or money to bring you back anymore, so you're just up there for a while. And he did it. He ended up coming back. But
That's crazy.
dude, yeah, you're just like,
so pissed.
can someone come get me?
yeah, like, I don't have a country anymore.
I'd be so pissed. They need to sue NASA and everybody.
He at least
They
should
need
get
to pay
$30,000.
Yeah, at least.
It's probably what he got. But back then, it was probably like $7 million.
Okay. Who's it? Sergey
That's him.
Tupolev.
Dude, he fucking the goat.
That's a sweet spacesuit.
That guy's no soul. Go back to his
803
face.
days.
How many times do you think that guy jerked off?
Wait, go 803
803
times.
What's 803 times 3?
Wait, scroll to his face real quick. That man jerked the soul out of him.
Dude,
That man's brains came out of the end of his pants. He jerked off so many times.
that guy's balls are empty. Dog.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Well, the gravitational pull of the testicular area.
He literally looks like he got a lobotomy.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Wow.
Anyway,
100%.
Sergey, we're big fans.
Is he still alive?
No way.
Yeah.
This guy's still
He's
alive?
66.
No.
Retired,
We need
chilling.
him on the show.
Yeah,
Wow.
Hero of Russia, fucking right.
Sergey,
Yeah.
if you're listening,
I know you're a sense of humor TV fan.
look how much bigger his left arm is than his right. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
it
say
is,
that.
dude.
I'm just gonna say
No, he's a
that.
lefty. Dude, he's a lefty. It's his left arm that's huge.
Can you
It's
imagine your name
flanked.
being Sir Gay?
Yeah.
That sucks. Sir Gay.
He went up to space. His name was Sir Straight, and he fucking came down.
After 803 days of introspection,
Yeah.
he came back as Sir Gay.
I started watching Transport, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
That sucks.
I know.
Glad he's alive. That fucking sucks.
I
dude.
know, dude. His
He
dick-
retired in 2007,
What?
so he like stayed in the game.
Dude, I want to say like his apartment got taken over. His apartment, like where it was like another country now, and they just came back was like, "This is my room," and they're like, "No, dude, our family
This
lives here
dude's
now."
dick is like
landlord's like-
sandpaper. Dude. Burn it to the nub.
Jesus.
Dude, poor dude.
That
So
sucks.
that being said, these 2 astronauts in space now, they had to have fucked by now.
Oh yeah.
They fucked.
They fucked.
What do you
They're at
doing?
least doing hand stuff.
All right, we got our last topic of the show here.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Rank the Halo games in order. Can you do that? Are you a Halo guy?
Give it your
I
top
was,
3. How about, just go top 3.
Man.
Top 3.
Man. Come on. All right. Fuck. Okay.
I know what your number one has to be.
I want to say 2-3.
There's only one controversy if you don't say it. It's like not saying Michael Jordan. So
What, Halo 2?
yeah,
I want to say 2-3 and then Reach.
Don't be a
2-3 and then
contrarian.
Reach. I liked
2-3
Reach
Reach?
too. Yeah.
2's the best. 2's undoubtedly the GOAT.
Fuck. I would say. Ah!
Do
It's
it.
so hard. Probably like. Fuck. Probably 2. Reach 3?
Ooh.
Reach
I'm
number
a
2.
big time Reach guy.
Dude,
Reach
why,
was
why
fun,
is that? So you're
dude.
the exact age as my older brother, and he loves Reach too. And
Reach
I'm not a
is
Reach
so-
guy, but him and his whole friend group love it.
Did so
Reach
much
is-
firefight with my
Reach is
homies
lit.
as a kid.
The multiplayer's lit. The armor abilities are perfect. They're balanced.
They love it because of the multiplayer.
The multiplayer, I still play it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. The story's fucking awesome. Like, you can customize your, like, Spartan, and then you can, like, play that customized Spartan in campaign. That's fun. The multiplayer's lit. The weapons are great. The DMR. The sniper feels fucking perfect. They have the active camo, the sword, the plasma grenade. Reach might be, for me, it might honestly be Reach 2-3.
That's crazy.
Because I love
That's
Reach. I also
crazy.
love ODST. Fucking sue me, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Can I
Those
say
fucking rainy jazz vibes, bro.
I play Halo Wars a lot.
I played Halo.
Wars
I still-
2,
I
so
still-
much fun.
I'm shocked by the disrespect of. I'm 2-1-3. I love one.
Oh.
I hate
lot.
not mentioning one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you guys
The
got to
song-
talk about the thing that started everything.
It's like asking what the best Star
But
Wars
but,
movie
dude,
is.
that
It's
was
like,
my biggest problem with Infinite was it's the only game in Halo history that even one didn't have the energy sword. Everyone had the shotgun and they took the fucking shotgun out.
It's
like,
crazy.
How do you take
It's crazy.
the most goated weapon in the series history and you
Don't-
take it out
don't even
and
get me
put this
started-
bulldog bullshit?
Don't get me started on Infinite,
Bro.
because I'll speak for like 3 hours.
Yeah, right.
I'm so mad at them.
Dude.
They killed my baby. I hate
dude,
them.
we're gonna have to get you a pair of.
If they bring Halo 2 back, we got to play again because that was like I was
have
playing
Master
every
Chief
day.
Collection on
Dude,
my
I'll
Xbox
get on
right now.
tonight. I'll get on tonight.
I'm redownloading Master Chief Collection right now.
Dude, we're gonna have to get you a pair of the. Have you seen? I can't remember what shoe company it was. They just dropped Master Chief boots. You can get the boot, like how everyone's wearing those big dumb red fucking cartoon shit. Yeah, you can get Master. Can you pull up the Master Chief boots?
Dude, I will
you
get
can get a
Master
pair
Chief
right
boots.
now.
Yeah.
Rock them. Pull up to the fucking open mic.
Next
in
time you're a
these.
guest on the show, we'll have you some Master Chief boots.
I will
wear.
kick a grunt in the face.
Dude,
That's
they're
not right.
sick. They're pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, I was
Wait.
I was gonna say I was in New
That's
York
not that.
everywhere,
There's
everywhere.
no. They're actual they're Master Chief. They're like Halo boots. They look like Spartan. They're right out of the game.
Also,
I don't think
the
these
show
are
was
them.
the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
couldn't watch
Look
it. I
up
was
new
gonna be too
Master
sad
Chief
if I-
boots.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's how I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, the series?
Yeah, it was the worst thing I've ever seen. in my
Oh
entire
man,
life.
I never even tried to watch. I didn't have
Don't
much
even
hope.
watch. Like in the first episode, like 2 minutes in, he takes his helmet off. He's like, "So what are we doing?" It's like, well, no, what do you mean? What are we doing? What are you doing? It's Halo. You can't take your fucking helmet off. Fuck you.
Oh my god, dude, they're sick. They look tactical as fuck.
311 consecutive days. Jesus.
All right, well, I think that's kind of where we're gonna wrap it.
Yeah, it's
Sid,
fine,
you want to
dude.
give your socials real quick and what you got
Sexy
going
Cid. CEXYCID. That's not them, is it?
No,
No.
it's right out of the video. game.
$800. Be for real.
on? Yeah, right.
I'll have to look it up.
They have that like
Jordan's
Halo
not even
gaming
asking
chair.
that much anymore.
They have like that Halo gaming chair, and it's like $2,100. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Jesus.
Sorry, you're not making money on microtransactions, but you don't need to charge us fucking $2,100 for a chair.
Would you smash Alexa?
Or Cortana?
Cortana, that's what
Alexa.
I meant. I said Alexa.
I've already smashed my Alexa.
Yeah. Don't get me started on Siri. All right, guys, that's where we're gonna wrap up the show. Sexy Sid.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, check him out. He's gonna be on.
Thanks for
He's gonna
coming,
be on
dude.
Augie D and Jokers again. Trust me, he was great last time. Viva La Berg, Augie D comedy.
Dude, I was also thinking this show could be called Augie and the Doggies.
Hey, hey,
Ooh,
I
I
hey,
like
I don't
that.
know.
hey.
Not trying to
like
rebrand your whole
No, hey. Sense of Humor TV. It might be the last time we're here. No,
Thank God our names aren't Sergey.
yeah, right. I'm Sir Straight, and this is gonna be. But no, we appreciate you guys every time. Check out whatever we have going on. Again, hit that GoFundMe in the description. Love you guys. Sense of Humor TV out.